You not understand the conversation?
That's what I'm trying to talk to you about.
This is what you're talking about. That's economic. Do you not understand? Look, listen to the words. Right, so listen to brother, you obviously understand it.
No, I don't understand.
Well, let's see.
Content over everything.
I said to you, the people.
And I know who you are as well.
Well, you should do. They
But
know
we'll
what.
keep. But you're
that
masked
got to
up
do
for a
with
reason.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep that between us because I'm a discreet brother.
No, tell me who I am.
You're Sarah Garvey, aren't you?
Huh?
Issa. Yeah.
Sarah Gari.
No, Issa.
It's not. It's not.
I'm not.
I
I'm not Sarah Garvey.
Apologies then.
All right, no problem. Sarah Garvey. Anyway, as I was saying, is that on?
Marcus Garvey was the original.
No, listen. I'm not taking away from Marcus Garvey what he did. Nor that Elijah Mohammad, let's say, got at least 75% or more of what he did from Marcus Garvey. That's not the conversation we're having.
I'm not even going there.
No, I'm saying what we were having. I'm saying the people that Elijah Muhammad was looking at, those black people were not affected or impacted by the teachings of Marcus Garvey greatly enough because they were following people like Martin Luther King. They still thought white people were superior. I'm not saying...
in the 60s, my brother. Come on.
All right. What I will say is this.
So Martin Luther King went around with Elijah Muhammad?
That's in the 60s, bro.
No, what I will say is this.
You mentioned Elijah Muhammad.
That's in the 50s.
What I will say is this. I will say...
Stages, isn't it? Stages, brother.
I will say this. Martin Luther King is not somebody I look up to.
Exactly.
Yeah? He was very submissive. As far as I'm concerned, it's very weak.
Exactly.
I am a Naibingi Rastafari. That means that that means I'm a Garveyite.
Right.
I'm a militant.
Right.
And first and foremost, before anything,
Yep.
Rastafari is an uprising against white colonial oppression upon the African people.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where my thing is straight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Simple. Simple
black
and
first. So Garveyism, Garveyite is what I am.
Right.
Do for self.
Okay.
Self-sufficiency.
Yep.
Stop asking. Stop begging.
Yes, exactly
Yeah?
that.
That's
exactly
what
that.
I'm on.
And you agree Elijah Muhammad was on that, right?
To be honest with
Come
you,
on,
I
bro.
believe that that Elijah Muhammad was a bit of an integrationalist when it came to things like straight.
Finish.
Islam.
Finish.
Islam
Thank
straight.
you.
And I'm going to say why.
Finish.
Because
Finish.
long before
Go.
Christianity and Europeans
Hold on,
came to
finish.
enslave our people, it was done first by the Arabs.
We know that. No, you're not listening, bro.
Okay.
Forget that. I'm
So
talking
what I'm
about
saying
Elijah
is
Muhammad.
this. What I'm
Come on,
saying is
bruv.
this.
No,
Yeah.
no, Beacon, that's
I
not
forget.
facts,
I
is
will
it?
look. I
What's
will
that got to do with
overlook.
subjects?
Wait. I will overlook.
What's that
certain-
got to do with what he said?
Wait. I will overlook
Elijah Muhammad's
certain
word.
people's religious beliefs if their hearts are in the right place. Malcolm X was a Muslim.
Brother,
I'm more of a Malcolm X
Elijah
person than Martin
Muhammad.
Luther King. Martin Luther King was a Christian.
Why are we
I was
going away
born
from
into a
Elijah
Christian
Muhammad?
household.
Elijah
Do you understand?
Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad,
Right.
Islam. But what did them man they do to Malcolm X?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
All right.
turning the
You know what? Let's just
Okay.
finish this off now, right? Watch this. Elijah Muhammad taught what? The white man's the devil, yes? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Why do you shake
Well,
it? Yeah.
because
It's
he
either
taught
did or
that the
didn't.
white man is the devil.
Brother,
But
yeah.
in reality, he was working with the white man to kill
Alright,
off his own
alright,
people.
alright. Show us.
Hypocrite.
Let's see.
Malcolm knew that.
Hold on,
Thank
let's see.
you,
Show me.
hypocrite. Elijah Muhammad, yeah.
No, go on. No, let the brother speak. You said he was working with. Let's see about that.
Alright.
I want to see how somebody can stand up, write a book.
Who do you think was behind
You see how man
the assassination of
brother,
Malcolm X?
wait. Don't interrupt, brother. Come on now, wait.
Cool.
Let's deal with
It
this.
was Elijah Muhammad.
Brother,
It was
wait.
Elijah Muhammad,
Brother,
the
come on.
upper echelon
Brother,
of the Nation
brother.
of Islam, working with
We can-
COINTELPRO. That's who it
We have
was.
respect here. We can have respect.
Cool.
All right,
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying-
who it was.
We can have respect in the speech. brother.
Yes, we are.
All right, cool.
Because I noticed that I was being talked over, so I had to get a little bit louder. Now I can quiet
No, but I
and
was
let you say
talking.
what you're saying.
I was talking.
No, but I hadn't
Cool,
finished.
bruv. Sorry.
Brother, you
I'm
walked
finished.
over there and come back. What do you mean you ain't finished?
Because there was one bag of voices. When I speak, it's
All right.
one voice.
Have you finished?
No, yes. Please
Okay,
go on.
Right. What I'm saying to you, very simple. Do you agree Elijah Muhammad wrote in his book and taught openly that the white man is the devil?
I agree that he taught.
Right.
Did he live what he taught?
Exactly.
No, brother, I'm doing my thing.
Well,
yeah?
I'm not going
making
any
a book.
further than that.
Right. No,
Because
hold
if
on,
you
hold
don't
on.
walk it, if you don't
Brother.
walk what you talk,
Well, let's see.
then I can't go no
Let's
further.
see. Did he say black people?
Marcus Garvey
Yes. Oh my.
put what he'd said
Oh,
into
bruv.
action.
Right. So did Elijah Muhammad have his own businesses? Yes or no?
Nation of
No,
Islam.
Elijah-
Nation of
No,
Islam.
yes or no?
Nation of Islam. That's
He had
his
his
business.
Nation of Islam, and
No,
that was the
did he
umbrella
have
for everything.
businesses? Food? Did he have trucks and lorries and things bringing in food?
I don't know that.
Oh, right.
So you know what?
Stop.
So I'm
No,
not
no,
going to
no,
say
no.
yes or no.
No,
because I don't
you
know
don't.
that.
I agree. So therefore, the subject matter that you're talking on,
Yeah.
you're not qualified to do so.
Of course I am.
Of course
Because
he
I
is.
know
You
that Marcus
just said
Garvey
you
did
don't-
create the Black
we're
Star
talking about
Line.
Elijah
I know that
Muhammad.
he
Hold on.
created the
What's
first
the
worldwide
subject
publication.
is Elijah Muhammad. That's the
I
subject
know
matter.
that he created the Back to Africa movement,
Do you not? The subject matter is Elijah
the
Muhammad.
UNIA.
Yeah, but how can you tell him he's not qualified to talk about lorries? Let's be
What?
real.
Lorries?
Let's be real.
I said the
Is there
businesses.
anything that I've said that has
the
been
business-
officially debunked or
Exactly.
The businesses.
So how can I not be qualified?
Okay, because when you speak on Elijah Mohammed and you just admitted you don't know about the businesses that Elijah Mohammed had, then you are not qualified to
Of course
speak.
I am, because I wasn't speaking on his business acumen,
That's what
was
we're
I?
talking
I
about.
was speaking about his misleading.
You're
That's
not
what I was
listening.
speaking
You
about.
said, does he walk what he preached? You see what I mean?
Hold on.
Hold on.
So hold on.
You
So
see,
why did he conspire to kill Omawali, Malcolm X?
now you jump again. We're
a-
talking first and foremost what this brother said,
Yeah.
which was what?
I'm talking
about
walk
Elijah
it like I
Muhammad.
talk it, fam.
Elijah Muhammad didn't empower black people. Is that what you said? What
Yes,
was your word?
100%.
Right. So again, the subject is Elijah Muhammad, not Marcus Garvey. Do you agree to talk on that subject?
We can talk on Elijah Muhammad,
Okay.
but what I will
Go,
not do
go.
is say yes or no to things I don't know.
No, brother. What you already said you don't know.
I don't know about
Right.
how many businesses he had. I don't.
Bro, that's my whole. What I'm saying to you
Let's
is,
talk about what we know. Fuck it. Let's talk
that's
about
my
what we know.
point.
Yeah?
So I'm
If
saying-
you are going to teach me about his businesses, I'm all
Brother,
ears.
Right, what I'm saying to you is, and this is what I'm saying, if you try not to go left or right, all I'm saying was on the subject he mentioned, that Elijah Muhammad did not empower black people.
No, he didn't.
All right.
That's it. That's
right.
all the
Well,
subject
that's not what your thing is with me. What your thing is
but
with me,
you
where
came
I
in.
stepped into the
Right.
conversation,
Go on.
is Marcus Garvey.
Right.
His words didn't do anything.
No, I didn't say that. Right.
That is what made me come
Yeah, that's
over.
why he
but
came
that's
in.
not
That's
what
why
I
he
said.
did
That's
it.
when I said,
That's
wait
not what I
a
said.
minute,
Yeah, that's
bro.
why I came in. That's why I came
Brother,
in.
that is when I said
That's why I came in.
No,
That's why I came in.
because he's not listening and paying attention to the word. What I clearly said was that Marcus Garvey's words and his movement had not impacted on the black people. That Elijah Muhammad, let me finish, Elijah Muhammad was having to rescue those people that were chasing up under Martin Luther King, the integrationists. That's what I was talking about.
Okay then.
I
All
was
right
not
then.
saying that Marcus Garvey was not one of our
Okay then.
great, not at all, because I said to you, Elijah Muhammad, if anything, got 75% of what he was, or more, from Marcus Garvey. It's bruv, I'm not putting one over the other. I'm not saying one's better than the other, that's not the point.
Well, then forgive me, my brother, because that's
blessed,
the part where I
blessed.
walked in.
No. All it was what he was trying to say, Elijah Muhammad did not empower black people.
Yeah, that's
No,
Do you
well, you
understand?
know what?
I'm just saying.
What I won't say, Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam did empower a lot of black people
Right.
that galvanized
Right.
them into one movement.
But your issue is Malcolm X, I can see that. Your
But
issue
you
is to
can-
Malcolm
you
X.
can
then.
have- you can have
You know, let's
Uncle
discuss
Wally.
that.
Brother.
Let's discuss that now.
Mohammed, yeah? How is telling black people that they are a nation of Islam empowering them? Please, can you explain that to me?
It's not necessarily, what I will say is this.
Right.
What I
It's
will
more
say
than
is
that
this.
though. It's
Please
more than
explain
that.
to me.
I'll use an example.
that here,
I'll
bro.
use an example. My Uncle Quaker is at the front of the reparations march every
Pull
year.
that in then, pull that in.
I don't join the reparations march. Because as far as I'm concerned,
Exactly.
for me,
Yeah.
that's not where my place
Brother,
is.
please come over here and say that.
Yeah.
Hold on, please.
Brother,
You see
where-
this thing? No, this subject, reparations.
We need to stand
Because
closer, though.
Before I even go
Yeah,
in,
go in. It's this week,
reparations and repatriation is the order. I'm just
Okay.
not asking for mine, I'm
Thank
taking
you.
it.
Right.
It's this week. It's this week.
This,
we're going,
brother, I
it's
want
this
you lot
week.
to hear this.
Go.
No, because my whole point is, if they really wanted to give us something, they would have gave it long time.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
I'm saying you look stupid putting the energy into beg, and them tell you, okay, let's see again.
All right.
Every 10 years, hold on. While you just unite yourself, empower yourself, and say, are you going to give me?
This is it.
All right. Well, all right.
Anyway.
Hey, what now?
Yeah.
Let me say what I was going to say. Let's start from the beginning
sorry,
now,
go
yeah?
ahead, go ahead.
My Uncle Kwaku, somebody who set the foundation for me to know my knowledge of self from when I was a youth. That's why I have so much pride. That's why I stand for my thing. And in the water though. See? Straight. Yeah? Though I don't agree with everything that he says, I agree with a lot of what he says. And I'm grateful that I had a male role model like that. Yeah? Straight. The reparations march is at the front of every year. I never joined the reparations march. My name is Mark Anthony. You can ask anyone. You won't have to ask too many people. I'm an artist, activist. I police my community actively, long before Gang Unite. But I am now part of Gang Unite. Because this is my brothers. Jedi, Raspek Fire Bingi, Dean Okai, Ashley Flash, some of the elders, Captain Rambo, all of that. You understand? Yeah? Congo Bingi Congo Naya of Rastafari Global Order. That's my right hand man. We're actually in the process of setting up our own school. This is about doing for self. This is about reparations. Now the reparations march is not something I join, but one thing I love about the reparations march is how it brings so many black people together in one place. Because that oneness is a very powerful energy. Now with the Nation of Islam, they were able to do something on a consistent basis, which is gather a lot of black people in one place under a oneness. I love that. You understand what I'm saying? So there are things that I love about black people's movements, even if I don't necessarily agree with what they believe. Because I'm a man that don't deal with the believing thing. I either know it, I don't, or I'm trying to find
Let
out.
me just ask you one something.
Go on.
Just imagine now, yeah? You know we were taught when they captured our ancestors and they brutalized them in the most worst way humans could ever do. One of the things that they traumatized was changing our way of thinking that they're superior and we're inferior.
Naturally.
To the degree that some of us would prefer to interrupt any kind of revolution to save massa.
Oh, yeah.
But that continued to continue. And the reason why I keep talking about Elijah Muhammad is because of the importance of the words, the white man is the devil, the black man is the god of the earth. I'm saying how he flipped that. Do you see my point? I see Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey in relation to his psychological and social reform. I'm saying the most important thing that I can see that caused a psychological ripple effect that made us to be where we are today, that caused the American governments and everyone else around the world who's not black thinking, raw, this man, I said, what? The white man is the devil and the black man is God. I'm just saying the psyche.
It's a good seed to plant.
Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Especially after years of inferiority.
Right,
Yes.
I'm saying, forget religion, I'm saying psychology. We already believe that this peckerwood monkey, this hippie devil they call Jesus, was our God. Therefore...
Oh, you mean Cesare Borgia, that guy?
These lot, all these
The
different...
Batman rapist.
They're still waiting for Jesus.
Son of a pope.
Listen what I'm saying. Just imagine... that
Holy white Jesus.
Remember, we were taught to respect that image. Therefore, subconsciously, you're going to respect the race of people because God chose from that race to be his son.
Well, the best
You
way to
understand?
manipulate people is to give them a white God.
No, this is
Give them religion.
No, but
religion.
my point is how Elijah Muhammad attacked the core principal points
Oh, yeah, I hear that. I
that
hear that.
rooted us under these people. Because Bear Man left the nation, but they're never the same. Do you understand? That transformation, just with those simple words, is my point. And I'm saying he also put in, like you would say, Marcus Garvey's do for self. Because think about it. Although Marcus Garvey, as far as I know, didn't say a nation of he did say a nation of Africans and so on. But Elijah Muhammad was talking about in America, nation of Islam. Then he defined Islam his way. Do you see my point? So when you're saying religion, just think, he used the word Islam, but the Sunni Muslims don't recognize him as a Muslim. Because his was a psychological, social, and political movement.
No, but that's
Just
why
an
the
economic
family.
movement.
That's why I say it's dumb. Why didn't you call it nation of black people?
Bruv,
Simple
it's
thing,
very
simple
simple.
thing.
Because
Simple fucking things, bruv.
because you're dealing with the 1930s, bruv. 1930s and 40s. Black people were religious.
So rather than call yourself
This man don't
nation of black
understand this.
people, you're gonna call yourself nation.
He don't
of
understand,
Islam.
bruv.
That makes no
He's
sense,
talking
bruv.
about 2018 when you got
At the end of the day, yeah, if he's a Muslim,
I'm saying.
he's going to call it the Nation of Islam. I wouldn't join the Nation of Islam
just that,
because
brother,
I'm not a Muslim.
Brother, listen. We're talking about 1930s, bro. You understand?
There's a lot of things that kind of had to be disguised.
Just think about it.
Yeah.
The paradigm of science has changed everything. So our reality at the time first was the Bible. The view of whatever religion said was your outlook. Do you understand? So we had to come with another religion or another religious outlook. I'm just saying, just look at it psychologically.
I'm seeing what you're saying,
You see
my
what
brother. I'm
saying to you?
visualizing it
So
right
when the
now.
brother's telling me, boom, Elijah Muhammad didn't do nothing for black people. That don't,
No,
you know what I mean? That
Elijah
don't
Muhammad.
told.
Elijah Muhammad did for black people, but to be honest, like I said, he took away one of our greatest.
Okay, so let's do a Malcolm X now.
Okay, then go on.
For me, although I love Malcolm X, there's some issues I have with number one, with the lady that I heard is the big issue with the point. In other words, his issue is not as sincere as we think. That's what it seems. I don't know, but that's what it seems. In other words, apparently Malcolm X liked one of the ladies that Elijah Muhammad was or married as one of his wives and got pregnant. Or mistreated, whichever way around it is. My issue is, why would Malcolm X go to the white media and badmouth Elijah Muhammad?
He didn't.
Hold on, he's seen outside on the street talking to the white media saying I have not told the real reason why I left the Nation of Islam. Then he went on to say how he fathered girls and so on and so forth.
What he's saying was any of that true? Sorry to cut in.
No. Well, from the Nation of Islam perspective, they're his wives. So it's true that he did. But the point is, I'm saying, why would Malcolm X go to the same white media that's the enemy of him and Elijah Muhammad? You understand my point? Why go to them? It might have a reason. You might have a logical answer.
Well, to be honest, well, I was just getting to that.
No, but I'm saying people have reasons.
I was just getting to that.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Malcolm X wasn't a particularly fearful man, but after numerous unsuccessful attempts in his life,
Okay.
and after discovering that Elijah Muhammad and the upper echelons in the Nation of Islam were actually working with the CIA, the FBI, the COINTELPRO, he didn't feel no way to talk the things then. You know why? Because the first thing that he messed up with, or as far as the Nation of Islam were concerned, was when he made that comment about chickens coming home to roost with JFK's assassination.
Right.
Yeah, that pissed off Elijah Muhammad and made him excommunicating from the nation.
Okay.
Now, what I'm saying is this. If you're not getting some sort of backhand things or favours from JFK or the government,
Why would you have a problem with that?
of the United States of America, why would you have a problem about man saying something that is true?
Okay, I'll explain. Elijah Muhammad, this is actually explained by Farrakhan. It's as simple as this.
Farrakhan was one of the co-conspirators, though.
That's fine.
But Farrakhan was also another of the co-conspirators of the murder. But go ahead.
Okay, so it's basically this: that Elijah Muhammad said at this particular time,
Get some of that, fam.
don't say anything. Because if you think about it, Elijah Muhammad has already taught, and Malcolm X has already been teaching, the white man's the devil, and that God is going to destroy America, and black people are going to rule.
We're still waiting.
So there's no need for you. There's no need for you to go out and say something at an opportune time, which is messed up, because the people their emotional state against you, against the Nation of Islam, will be much more when their president has just died, because they liked this particular president.
They did.
So that's the point. From what I've heard, it's Malcolm X, or from what I've read, Malcolm X done that deliberately because of the issue. Now, some people say it's because of the woman. Other people are basically saying it's this. Imagine Malcolm X finding a lady who he's supposed to be looking after, in the sense of, I care for you. He then gets her a job working as a secretary. He then hears that Elijah Muhammad apparently impregnated her and then dismissed her as someone that committed fornication.
See, sexual.
I'm just saying this is why apparently he was vexed. So when I look at both sides, it does look like he's got ample reason to be vexed. But my point still remains, why go to the white media?
This is the point I'm trying to make. You're talking blackness, but you're going to the white media. Hypocrites.
No, I'm saying, why would Malcolm X do that? Why would he go to the white media and badmouth Elijah Muhammad?
Hypocrite.
So you asked that
I don't agree with everything Malcolm X did.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't agree with everything Malcolm X did.
Right.
He's not perfect.
I don't agree with a lot of things that he did.
Exactly.
Okay.
The thing is this, I can overlook, we're all human beings. And we're still all, no matter what, until the day that we die, on the journey of learning. We're going to commit many sins, many wrongs in that process as we're growing. I don't judge a man for everything, but there are certain things that I look at and I can't really get down with you. Martin Luther King had a penchant for white women.
Wow.
Yeah? I'm keeping it real.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah?
That's
You
deep.
cannot lead me into no battle when you're sleeping with the enemy. Okay? It is as simple as that.
Martin Luther King he's a house nigga, man.
Straight.
He's a house
Now,
nigga.
hold on. What I'm saying is this.
Nigga,
Wait, hold on. Before we get to the point of leadership, we are allowed to make mistakes, but once you take a certain road, even Marcus Garvey had a white girl and he had to say, babe, I gotta let you go because, I'm on this path and that can't run. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear that.
So,
But the problem-
Malcolm X did that. Martin Luther King said that. Well, not said it, but he's trying to go on like that with Coretta Scott King and all that. But behind the scenes, you're knocking all these white women down. All of them. And you know what? That was eventually his downfall.
I personally don't put no... To me, unless particularly, like, the white woman that he slept with...
Oh, sorry. And his closest
him.
confidant was a homosexual as well.
Who's
I
that?
see, he's getting more fucked
Who's
up.
that?
More fucked up.
His right-hand man.
Who's? Martin Luther King or Malcolm X?
Martin Luther King. I can't remember his name. You know who I'm talking about,
I've heard
though.
the story, but I can't remember who it is.
I can't. The name.
No.
Sometimes
I mean,
when you read
what,
too
the
much.
black
but
guy? Was
he
black?
looked like he was black or mixed race, you know.
Was he a writer? I think I
He
know
wrote
what you're
most
talking
of his
about.
speeches,
Yeah.
and that's why they're so submissive
I can't remember.
and pacifist in
Well, this is-
nature. Because he in
I think
particular.
that's Christianity, to be honest. but
No.
go ahead. I'm
This
saying
brother.
I believe it. No, I believe.
Christianity's got a big
Martin
part of
Luther
that, the
King,
turn the other cheek business.
Right. That's
yeah?
what I believe
But
is the
the other
basis.
guy
Yeah.
was
Slave
also
religion.
a homosexual, an effeminized, emasculated male. If that is your person who's supposed to be your
you can't be around-
counsel,
you can't be around him too long.
you can't lead black people. You're misleading that, because that don't come from
You're
our
saying
culture.
that he was giving him counsel.
Bridget, he was my man. He was the Jiminy Cricket on Martin Luther King's shoulder, fam.
So Easter, bruv, yeah? Where are our
I just wish I could remember his name.
No, that's cool.
One time say Easter, yeah? Where's the Malcolm X's of today? Where are they? Where are the Marcus Garvey of today?
I'll be honest. I mean, we're here in the making. I would say we're here in the making. bro.
Straight.
Well, we're not doing
Because
enough, my brother. We're not doing enough.
You know what it is? You know what it is? There's the social media thing is really taking over certain things, because a lot of what one leader would have done back in the day, social media is doing. But the problem is you have a lot of anti-truth out there too.
Yes.
So where somebody's saying something similar, for instance, Black Lives Matter. Everyone thought this was a black movement.
Thank you.
right?
Thank you for bringing that up.
black-
I never.
A black movement, right? Next minute you're hearing, it's actually homosexuals, lesbians, etc.
And white people.
That one founded by white
It's
people.
been hijacked.
But no, not hijacked. Apparently
It
the
was
people that
always-
support, bruv, who made the thing up. But what they used it for,
Black
check
lesbians
this
and
out.
white men.
Imagine
homosexuals.
this. This is what I've been,
Yeah?
and it's been proven basically. I've heard it, then I looked at the proof.
Did you see the website, the mission statement?
I haven't seen that yet.
The mission statement is we here at Black Lives Matter are basically fully committed to the preservation and security of our women, children, and families. No mention of the black man.
All right,
Where is
all
the
right.
family without the black man? Well, the black man's
what it
life
is.
don't matter, but everyone else's
I don't
does.
know.
You
That
understand?
doesn't even make sense, because their whole point at the time was that black man was getting shot down by the police.
Yeah, but that
That's
wasn't-
what gave them the fuel for everyone to say, yeah, black
In
lives
reality-
matter. Do you get me? Because
In reality, yeah, that was never their goal. Their goal was to monetize the black death, and they have done that to the point of hundreds of millions of dollars.
Okay. As far as I know, it was actually a thing to get within the black people then,
Yes.
for us to allegedly understand that homosexual black lives matter.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
You see? So it's like, so they're saying, well, if you can march up and down and complain about white police shooting black people, then you got to recognize our lives too, because like obviously in the black community it's majorly shunned, isn't
Because
it?
they're trying
You
to
get what I'm
force
saying?
it upon us.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Like Obama did when he went to
So I'm
Africa.
saying, this kind of garbage where you're pretending that you're concerned about black men being shot by white police or black police and getting away with it, that to me is the biggest insult, bro.
Oh yeah.
You get me?
Biggest.
Bro, anyway,
Biggest.
that thing just
No,
hearing
we
it.
can agree
What's
100% on
what's
that.
that brother name?
D. Ray McKenna.
No, the big hench brother that talks. He's proper psychologist, but some people don't like it.
Dr. Umar Johnson. I love
Right.
that brother.
You see, did you see when he went in on that woman? That
Yes,
lesbian
I
woman?
did.
Bro.
And he didn't go in on her. She
Oh,
tried to
he did-
trigger
right,
him,
she-
and he
right,
had to shut
he
it down.
got Right. This one, bro, he just.
Yeah.
Anyway, you saw it. So
Say no more.
But this is my thing. I don't even know how we got the black light.
You know what? You see
Martin
what we're
Luther King.
talking about? You see,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I mentioned him. As you're done saying what you're saying about him, I want to say something about him after that.
No, go ahead.
All right, Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm sick and tired of people talking about where's the money for the school. I'm going to tell you how GoFundMe works. Yeah? If you got enough people that complain and fight against you, you understand? And say, oh, take away his money, take away his money, they will shut it down. And that money goes back to the people who donated. You need to stop asking
you
Dr.
see what
Umar for the
happened?
money that you caused them to not have to build the school.
You see what happened? The type of people that do that are the same type of people he was talking against.
Yes.
Them feminists, evil devils.
Yep.
Remember, a lot of these women that learn to hate black men. You know.
Oh, yeah.
They hate us. I've come across
Oh,
some of
yes.
them. They hate us.
We might not have enough time for that one.
No.
Why is it
But we have
running
to
out?
make it. But we have to make this clear, though.
We have to do it anyway. The queens. We have to
Black woman, you're the reflection of us. I'm making you know this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
The black
We know that
queens-
you don't all hate us, and we know that enough of you know that we
have to
got
fix
you.
up.
Yeah?
Black men have
Straight.
to fix up themselves.
Oh yeah, we
and
got a
fix up their
duty.
sisters, bro.
Because Nia Wilson in America, who just got
Yeah,
stabbed
yeah.
by a white supremacist, were there, yeah? And the brother got away.
No, the queens are still there, bro. The queens are still there.
No, but the brother got away though. He's still alive.
No, I'm just saying about the black women.
Yes.
It's like you brought in the other half. Like,
Yes. You understand? He needs to be found, dismembered, and made to
What do you
disappear.
mean? Hold on, but they know what he looks like, right?
Yeah, his face is all over the
But
place.
they haven't found him. I thought they found him.
No.
But this
Yeah.
was a monkey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bob says run out of things.
Yes,
Is it
man.
run out?
Sounds
Nah,
nice
it's
still.
not running out. Nah, it's not running out.
We
I was
good.
running a little
We good.
joke there.
Okay.
Oh, see, no, let's go in. No, let's
No,
go in, bro.
that's why I said the little
Let's go in.
disclaimer still. You
Black
get me?
empowerment is the thing, bro.
Yeah,
Straight.
nah,
And we
the
can't
end of
do
the
it
day-
without the queens then. Straight.
So this is the thing is, right? For me, it's the way that they done it was to promote the black man through the 80s and 90s as the big thing. So all the white women used to perm their hair and then chasing the black man down. Do you get me? That was the time.
There was a renaissance of black masculinity in the
You get me?
80s and 90s.
I'm black. What was
Oh,
it?
yes.
I'm black. I'm white on the outside. I'm black on the inside. You
Yeah.
remember that, right? Remember
Yep.
them times they
Yep.
were the raves and things, right? Remember?
Short haircuts.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I know
then-
how to brown stew chicken now.
Then what we did now
Oh, they love the
with
jerk
Beyonce and the rest of these devils now, yeah?
Ah.
Now they met the black woman now.
These whores of
You're
Babylon.
You're the queen of the earth. You're the black queen. You don't need your man to the left and all that
Weave
now.
it up.
I'm saying how they've caused this division
Yeah.
between us to dislike.
But she ain't going home to
distrust.
herself. She's going home to Jay-Z.
The wound was always there from way back when. But I'm saying how they, for a certain time period, planned it.
Oh,
That
yeah.
the black man was promoted as the thing. All the women should go for him.
My brother,
Then
I'm going to break it down. Finish. Please finish.
No, I'm saying, then, after they tarnished the black man's reputation now, they're pushing the black woman now. You don't need a man. You're the goddess. You're this, you're that. Now, I ain't got no problem with that time of terminology. But when they keep saying, oh, there is no God, God's a woman, and the psychology of it, I've always seen, is black males who don't want to do a black man's job as the defender, protector, the ornament. So you want to leave it under the goddess, you're the real God. I'll sit down and let you do the work.
Yeah. That's
You
because of
understand?
the
That's what I'm
emasculation
saying.
of men.
But I'm saying
Straight.
how they're praising the woman because they don't want to do their job.
Yes.
You understand?
I call
What
them
I'm saying?
simps.
Simps,
Straight.
Whatever. Anyway, I don't want to say the words on
Sub-
camera.
submissive
But anyway,
weak males.
Them type of people anyway, right?
Effeminate males.
But my point is, we now have to come back and say, right, look at what's happened by following those same, as you said, Whore Babylon, Beyonce and people there, that have enticed our women away to follow white feminists whose movement began because when they were saying they want equality between black and white, that would mean at a time where men were superior to women, the black man would be superior to the white woman.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think? You understand? Because back then you had traditional houses. Yeah? So the woman would be at home cooking, looking after children. The man's the head of the house, working, etc. That means, hold on, the white woman now has to look up to the black man because races are equal. So
My brother,
now
can
we're
I please
having
come in? Can I please come
Oh,
in? Because this
go
is
ahead. Do
man
your
just
thing, do your thing.
listen.
Do your
Man
thing,
just
brother.
came in. This is exactly what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Feminism is a myth. Black women, I'm talking to you, okay? Feminism was not created by no women. Sojourner Truth was not the first feminist. That's a load of bollocks. I'm making you know this now. Feminism was created by the same old, rich, wealthy, racist white men behind the joint task force of FBI and CIA named COINTELPRO. It was created to derail the civil rights movement and to break up the black family by distracting the black woman, having a fight for the white woman who was oppressed. We could not oppress our women. We were all oppressed. She wanted equality with her man who was treating her like a cave beast. Can't fear her life that.
Savages.
Yeah? Go back in our history. You will see women generals, architects, leaders of nations and armies. We've always had equality and balance. We've always had reflection. There's never been one without the other in our culture. So there was no need for feminism because there was no patriarchy.
All right.
Okay? Because the biggest argument that I get on social media and when I'm in places like this, when there are women that want to debate about feminism, particularly sisters, you don't even know who created it. Nobody, no feminist that I've ever asked a question, who created feminism and why, can answer. They always come with the same regurgitated stuff they've been fed. You understand? They don't think for
like
themselves.
KFC.
Yeah? Yeah, and that's not even chicken. That's why they can't
And
call it
Mac
Kentucky
D's.
Fried Chicken no more.
These.
Yeah? So what we have to understand is this. There's a mass awakening going on. Our
though,
sisters
good.
are rising up and breaking out of this feminism distraction.
Good.
So the ones that are still caught up in it, you're going to be on your own soon. And you're going to be lonely. That's why so much of you are turned lesbian now.
Yeah, on the real.
You understand? Straight. But you know what?
They don't want the dick no
They've
more.
made us enemies
When
of
your
each other.
batteries run out,
Lick pussy.
yeah, and you can't use the rrr no more, yeah, how is that going to make you feel safe and secure? That's not going to provide and protect you. Only the man can do that.
This is it, fam.
but
Too
this
much
is the thing.
upside down behaviour.
No, but this is,
upside down,
what
no,
is-
back
but
to
you have to
front.
remember, a lot of that come about because of what men have failed to do.
Yes.
So I'm saying, it's a continuous generation after generation.
Yes.
Where this one failed, so daddy went there, daddy was busy making picnic elsewhere.
Not
neglected
teaching
me.
how
I'm
to
just
be a
saying-
man.
I'm saying there's a point at which we have to look back and say, right, look at where we are. How did we get here? How are we making sure that the future does not look like our past or our recent past? You see what I'm saying?
We've got to rebuild the
Because
bridge
this is the
between
thing.
us, man.
Even when we see them same or women that don't like black men, there's a reason behind it.
Oh,
She would have a
yes.
story to tell.
Oh yes,
You get
because
what I'm
one thing
saying?
I do know is that I talk to a lot of women, and I've talked to a lot of women from a lot of different backgrounds. And you know something? I've come to realize at my mature age now that the way women and girls are victimized is so bad that I put it at an average of 7 or 8 out of 10 women have been sexually molested or abused as a young girl or an adolescent or even a young lady coming up. This breeds hate for men. You understand?
It's so
Yeah, and
common.
builds up defensive walls. And that's why they're always on this, men ain't shit. I don't need no man. Da-da-da-da-da. Ladies, we have to understand. We know that we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, but we're working out here for you. Know this. Don't look at what society is telling you, okay? When it comes to black men and black women, about 86% of the marriages are between us. Black wives matter, yeah? The black family matters, okay? I have a black daughter with a beautiful black woman. Even though we are no longer together, we are Team Ellie. Our child is always surrounded by love. I could never go and pick up a woman from outside of my genome and tell my daughter that she and her mother were not good enough for me. Are you mad? Any woman I pick up from now on has to be someone that my daughter can look up to and see as a reflection of herself.
For real.
Once you've made that bed, you can't even come out of that. And some of us don't understand that we're damaging our children
Straight up, man.
with the choices that we make. Once you have children, certainly your choices ain't even your choice no more. And that to nothing no. So man, then we got to step up
Pick up for that.
straight.
Pick up for
I got another one. I got a question for you. Yeah. Why is it, yeah, slavery's been abolished, yeah, what, hundreds of years ago, but yet we're still acting like slaves?
Because it's only been abolished hypothetically, my brother.
And it's
Only
the
in words
mentality.
and
It's the
rhetoric, not
you
in
have to
action.
You have to remember something. The thing that they call the word slavery has nothing to do with really what happened. The trauma that they put us through, right? So it's a torturous living, and then the psychological reformation that they messed us up so bad that they gave us a different identity that would do what they wanted us to do. So it's for us to recreate our whole identity again.
Oh yes.
That's the thing. And that's why I bring back Elijah Muhammad, where he gave you a whole, you're the original God of the earth, the owner, the maker, the creamer. Do you get me? He gave you a new identity. Although I don't think that will work today, we still have to have something.
We have something, you know, and I want to say this right
Obviously, I
now.
have my own, but-
My brother, Davis J. Williams, the Manhood Academy, where he has created rites of passage for our young black men, okay? Davis J. Williams, Manhood Academy, that's my brother, okay? I want you to know that. So we are creating these kind of things and they're possible. Me, myself, Lions Den Family, Rastafari Global Council, we're building the Rastafari school right now. Because we're tired of seeing our black children being kicked out of school for their haircuts, for their dreadlocks, for things that are culturally ours. We're taking action. We're not talking. Within 2-3 years, that's going to be set up and it's going to start in Lambeth. Then we're going to start East, West, North London too. You understand? Action! Yeah? All right.
So that's the thing, like you were saying. So the effects of the slavery drama is the reason why a lot of us are still behaving.
Psychology.
Yeah.
It's in our DNA.
What you have to remember is this.
The trauma's in our DNA.
This is why, see me, I focus on religion all the time because of how it works.
mentality.
How it works. The reason why I focus on religion, bro, yeah? The reason why I focus on religion
Oi, get him!
is because it's holistic to your paradigm.
Yeah.
If somebody associates the concept of self with a supreme being that created everything,
Yes.
then the reflection on who you are and your purpose is determined is fixed so solidly.
Yes,
Imagine
so-
you have a God who can see everything you do, hear everything you say, etc., etc., and is judging what you do based upon this personal life. And you've been taught that you're inferior to somebody who's an absolute devil to you. Imagine your standard of judgment. Think, you're on the plantation, we're on the plantation, we're seeing wifey and whoever else get taken off and raped. We go to church on Sunday,
To praise a man that looks like him.
thank you, but not just that, even him, it says forgive. That's how they used to teach us.
Oh, yeah.
Forgive.
Forgive.
Imagine after they say, okay, slavery is abolished. Well, if you don't just come out and then, oh, it's abolished and you're back to where you were before.
Family.
We've never had, imagine the people that get abused. Imagine picking them that get abused. They have that rehabilitation, reformation, they have counselling, all kind of thing for individuals. But bloody nations of people, bruv. Brazil, the Caribbean, everywhere else. Do you think they don't know what they're doing? They know that's what we need.
Come on.
Psychological reformation.
Rape, pillage, and genocide is the format.
That's why
You know?
what's happening with our community, that's why for me, it's always rooted in blackness. My concept of blackness and who we are goes all the way back to before creation. I'm saying in psychology. You always hear me talk about psychology, metapsychology and sociology. Do you understand? So when you said slavery abolished, I'm saying, to me, it's always about this.
State of
Do
mind.
you understand? I'm saying what we're taught about ourselves, who we are. Because remember, when you submit to this monkey media thing, it's telling us who we are. So you're supposed to, to me, I hate the N-word. I don't like black people using it to refer to themselves at all. Because it is one word that carries with it the identity that you are inferior to the monkey man. Do you understand? Remember, he labeled you that to say, you can be abused in any way, shape or form, and there's no recourse to justice for the person that does it.
Because you're only 3/5 of a human being.
Look, but bruv, even think of 3/5. Even that thing there.
That's less than a monkey, innit?
No, but listen what I'm saying. That's just words. That's just words in law.
I know.
I'm saying, it doesn't even. You're not even worth it. Like if you lick down someone's plants and stuff, you might have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Back then, but you would pay for the slave, so to speak, because of his usefulness. Once he's no longer useful, what different? You can do what you want with it. You see my point? Yes, bro.
We've gone through this drama of the slave thing,
Right.
you know, the civil rights movement.
Okay.
I'm going to say, black people today
Right.
have not really moved forward in a way we would
Well, that's what I was coming at. I'm saying because they're giving us that identity through the bloody media. In other words, there was a time where a lot of our Christian parents wanted to. I wanted to become a doctor, a lawyer, a pilot, a this, all of these different things. But our parents weren't thinking, hold on, I want to see you black empowered in your identity first. The only people that, when I was growing up saying that, was Rasta. Only Rasta.
the Rasta didn't know
Every
that.
time when there's a conversation, the Rasta man would bring it up. You get me? All the time.
Straight
Only time when I
Rastafari
would
every
see.
time.
No, because that's why I have my respect.
fair
You get
enough.
me?
Rasta the road,
Yeah,
Rasta
bro.
the road,
I'm
Rasta
just
the
saying. I'm saying as an Afro-Caribbean growing up, it would
that's
be the
me
black,
too.
the Rastafari man in the conversation that would be bringing up this subject, culture and so on. Huh? Bro, this is that's what because I'm saying as an Afro-Caribbean man, for me, because I feel myself important, as an individual, I'm important. Therefore, I must respect the people that from a young age was spitting these words in the house that I was in. Do you get me? So I'm saying where everyone else is talking about their white Jesus and they're going to
Kumbaya.
church, bloody what's it, Seventh-day Adventist, bloody
Pentecostal.
Jehovah Witness, all this fuck. No, I'm saying this was the other voices. And they used to diss dirty head Rasta, this. I'm thinking,
used to go
this is
hard
what
on
you lot are
Rastas.
saying because Massa told you that.
All right.
And I'm saying the reason why we're in the situation we're in, to be honest, is because our parents are still following the monkey Jesus. It's as simple as
know
that.
what?
The monkey Jesus. It's as simple as
One
that.
thing to think about here.
Monkey Jesus.
Religion has failed to solve our problem. That's a fact.
All right, hold on.
So what I'm trying to say about here, we need to move past that, man. I'll be real.
When I teach my stuff, wait till I teach my stuff.
All right,
I'm telling you straight.
All right, wait.
When I teach my stuff,
I want to
no
touch
one-
on something.
Yeah,
I
go
want
on.
to touch on something because I don't want to get too far ahead. Media is very, very, very important. Okay? My name is Mark Anthony, CEO of Mind's Eye Media Group. Made for us by us. Okay? Right. That's what I did. I started my own media production company. I started as a music artist. I realized that because I'm a revolutionary and I got sauce, my team will mash up the place. But I already got my chance at 19 and I didn't sip the Kool-Aid and I got blacklisted. So I said, you know what? I have to be more than an artist. I need to learn how to be a sound engineer so I can record, mix and master my stuff. And now boy, can't control my thing. I became a music engineer, then I started building my music studio. And I said, nah, but I need to have not just a recording studio, I need to have a production studio. So my brothers them around me that do production, they can come around and get busy. Then I said, nah, it needs to be more than that. I need a complete creative media suite because we need our own media representation. We need our own TV networks. We need our own radio stations. We need our own things that are owned and run by us. So I've been helping to rebuild and relaunch Power Extra Radio, 100% black-owned radio station. PowerExtraRadio.co.uk. We're still looking for presenters and them kind of thing there as well. So Mark Anthony Holland, yeah? At Mark Anthony UK on Instagram, yeah? We are doing this thing for us, by us. Man is here right now putting in the action for things that we own when a boy can't come in and tell you nothing. You can come in and have a show on our station, but you can't be one of the guys on the board that's running nothing. Because there are some people from other genomes that have secrets of financial wealth and literacy that they have to teach us, that they're willing to teach us. These are people on the inside. It is helpful to know financial literacy. That's the one thing a lot of our people have been denied. Through a lack of practicing group economics. I will spend extra with my people on a product because I know they won't get it as cheap as the Asian man or the Turkish man or the white man. Because in this country we are oppressed and everyone works together. Not everyone, but there are people from every sect that work together with their own oppressors to keep us at the bottom of the pile.
Even the Chinaman's trying to rob us now.
Everyone.
You see what you just said, yeah?
So what it is, well, let me finish. What it is this. All I'm trying to reiterate with my people is don't let nobody make you feel no way when you're saying this is a family discussion, it does not concern you. You cannot have a seat at the table. And some of our discussion you can't even be in. Because everybody can have theirs and nobody don't say nothing. But as soon as we want to have our thing, oh, it's racist. Well, newsflash. It's impossible for black people to be racist.
Even if they think so, I don't care about it.
Okay? And I don't business what nobody feels. Because we're not in a position to impose that discrimination upon a nation, peoples, or populace. And that is what racism is.
Listen, it's not our business what Monkey Man's opinion is of what we're doing. You see what I'm saying to you? Every time we want to empower ourselves, Monkey Man wants to try and vet and see whether it's racist, whether it's this. So what? When they're the ones that are anti-black, rooted in anti-blackness, but they want to decide how we should do our thing. You understand? And that's my whole point, bro.
Yeah.
Let their voice be important to themselves, and that's it. Let them sit in their room.
Content camera.
We've been living amongst these savages. Yeah, when I mean savages, I mean the crackers.
Whoever's anti-black.
The crackers, yeah? So what I'm saying to my brother, we've been living amongst the crackers for so long. Have we become the crackers also?
A lot of our people have assimilated their behaviour, yes.
A lot of our slavery, what had happened to a lot of people is, you have to think, our slavery, we built Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We built up our own communities, and they kept beating us down. But all the time throughout that process, we also always had that black man who was willing to snitch or snake on us. And now we have huge of them. Look at what Marcus Garvey wrote in his books. We don't want to take all Africans back.
Man like WD did what? Did that's was fighting against
The
Marcus.
Africans aren't good here in America, they're going to be no good back in Africa. So we have to understand, as we're building, there's going to be people in our own community sometimes. And there is currently in our own community.
The Sunni Savage Monkey Beast today, bruv, if you look around, yeah, when the G-Circle started, it was the Coons along with the Sunni Stani and the Sunni other that came over to what's going on with the G-Circle, it's racist, and the Somali Stanis, all these crazy people. I didn't say who's, I'm not talking about you. I don't give a damn. Listen to what I'm saying. Talking about specific people. Somalis here, Somalis here have gone with the Monkey Man to try and oppose black people all the time.
He's black himself,
have they or not?
He's black himself.
Oh, you siding with them or you siding with us? Which is it? Who are you siding with? Garbage. Here, it's a fact.
Side with the truth. Side with the truth, bro.
Listen, no. If an Afro-Caribbean comes here and is a coon, you think I'm going to say, oh, you're Afro-Caribbean? If he lives in the Caribbean next to my family's house, do you think I care? If he's a coon, he's a coon. So if you're telling me I will bund a lot bloody Somalis. I'm talking about specific coon, Sunni Savage Monkey Piece, coon or sellout Somalis.
Regardless of where they come from.
You know, listen, what I'm saying to you is, when you have a culture, all right, let me explain.
Something's gone off key now.
No, it's not. No, but listen, this is what I'm saying. No, it's not. No, I'm saying to you, when somebody's raised to believe, all right, you know, you want to know? Find an Ethiopian black sister who has left her culture, right? And ask them how East Africans in general see us.
I already have.
All right, hold on.
That's what I'm listening.
Let me finish. Hold on, bro. I haven't said what I said. What I'm saying to you is, when somebody is raised to see you as inferior, raised, there's a difference when you get to a certain age and you're told. I'm saying it's part of their own identity.
Oh, yeah.
So when they're
it's inherent. Just like racism in white people.
I'm talking about anti-blackness.
Oh yeah.
There's a difference
I know.
between thank you.
I know.
So my point is, whenever he wants to defend anti-blackness as part of his bloody culture, rather than the business of what he thinks. You understand? I'm not saying he is, he just misunderstands what I'm saying. Because I heard him speak, and I can't believe something.
You know what? My brother, come here. Open the floor to you, my brother. Speak up for yourself. But don't say my piece.
Are you talking at me?
Yeah, Mark Anthony Duncan.
this.
It's in my piece already.
Yeah,
This
brother,
guy's
man.
anti-blackness.
Getting numbers
innit?
still.
Somali
I'm taking
anti-blackness,
my
yeah.
And First of all, it's
Somali
Somali.
cooning. There you go. Come on.
Somali.
Bruv, if that's...
I'm not gonna talk, bro. Are you gonna shout over me? Calm
That's
down.
from your
1
experience,
second.
though.
Yeah. Now,
Let me speak.
listen, you're not wrong in the assessment that people of a Cushitic background, whether they're Somali, Eritrean, or Ethiopian, do segregate themselves from Bantus, innit? So the reason why we don't claim the word black as much as other Africans is because we want to distinguish ourselves from Bantus, innit? Because we feel like
Speak up, please. Speak up, please.
we want it because we feel like that there's only one kind of black, right? And that's what's portrayed in the mainstream culture. There's only
not what I'm saying, though.
one kind of type
That's
that can
not
be
what I'm
black.
saying.
But what I'm saying is what you're interpreting
Yeah.
as anti-blackness.
Yeah.
If we're black, then we're not how can we be anti-black? If black is African, then we're definitely not anti-African.
I'll tell you how.
We're definitely not anti-African.
No, bruv, that's some new age garbage African, yeah? I don't want to hear that. What I'm saying to you is, when I keep hearing about the thin nose and the thin lips and blah, 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 I've heard that this is, and even some sisters that came here and talk about the nice nose and the nice lips. I'm saying I heard the same thing with nice hair and good hair in the Caribbean. It's the same garbage. What I'm saying to you is, we have an excuse. We were under the monkey man for 400 odd years, and then he put that in us. I'm saying for you lot, yes, you have it. The Ethiopians got it, Eritreans got it, Djiboutians got it.
Because it's othering.
Brother, no, you're not.
That's
Here's,
what it is,
brother, listen to what I'm saying to you. There's othering amongst your bloody self, so don't tell me about othering.
Exactly.
You're not listening. I'm talking about where you try to make people sub-bloody human, and you
do that
side
with-
with your next monkey.
My man, we do that with other Somalis, bro.
Bruv, you're not listening.
You're not
Listen,
listening.
bruv,
No,
oh
you're.
my God. If you got tribal hatred, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the very structure, the physiological being which you're undermining and associating as subhuman and siding with your Sunni Kafir dogs. That's the difference.
Right.
You understand?
Can I just finish?
Yeah.
Okay,
here
Somali.
in the park specifically?
1 second.
Yeah, bruv,
One
all
sec-
over the
one
place,
sec-
bruv.
one
For
sec-
over 20, I've been, listen, when you go to the masjid, it's the same thing.
Let me sing as well, man.
But he's not responding direct, but go ahead.
Somalis have something called, basically the whole society is based on clan, okay?
Yeah.
Now, there are major clans and there's the minor clans.
Yeah.
Now, Somali society is based on something called a 4.5 system. You have 5 major clans that are represented amongst the 4, and then you have the 0.5s who are literally, there's no nice way you put in it, but they're considered half Somalis basically.
Okay.
And these are the non-ethnic Somalis. Bantus fall into that category, so that's the Bantu Somalis that originally come from Tanzania. Badawanis fall into that category, they're a mixed race group. You have Hamad Adad, they're another mixed race group that fall into that category. And half of Isaks fall into that category, even though half of us are considered a major clan and half of us are considered a minor clan. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know what, it's hard to explain it, but it is what it is. Now, it's because if anybody's outside of that clan system, they're going to face discrimination, right? It's not because you're Bantu, it's because you're outside of the clan system.
I'm talking specifically about anti-blackness. He's bringing it to racism and discrimination. For instance, I met Somalis that say, I hate Arabs. They tell me they hate Arabs. And I'm like, why? I just hate them, da da da.
Because they're outside of the
You're
clan.
not listening. You're not listening. I'm trying to understand the difference between anti-blackness based upon the concept that we are inferior because of our physiological makeup. There's a difference between, we have a historical war between us, we have this, they speak a different language, but I'm saying when you co-sign with Monkey Man them beasts over there, the Sunni Savage Kafir dog that reinforces, you could say that, but it reinforces it. Bruv, you're not listening. Remember, you're dealing with me, yeah? It's East of the Great Intellectual Black Sheep you're dealing with. I'm telling you straight, every time there's been something, it's always been 2 major monkey Somali going, yeah, Easter got refuted. Every time I ask them how, I'm saying they don't even know the subject, but they always side with the monkey against a black
Stop calling
person.
the monkey first of all.
No, you're not getting it.
How about you stop
Somalis-
calling the monkey?
Hold on,
bro?
no,
How
no,
about
no.
you stop insulting
No. As long as you act anti-black, you're a damn monkey. I don't
Am I
care.
anti-black?
No, you're not. That's what I'm saying. But you're a bit confused right now. Because listen, you are confused. Listen. Because I'm saying it's as simple as this. When I put anti-black, it's not racism I'm talking about.
What are you talking
It's not right. Anti-black. There is a thing labelled or a group labelled black people.
Are we in that collective?
You would be. For instance, like my other, what they call coolie cousins and so on. But I'm saying I would put you in it, but you lot can do your little shape shift. 1 minute you're black, 1 minute you're not, when you feel like it. Do you understand? Because I've seen it happen. Do you understand? Like my so-called coolie cousins or whatever else, or Douglas cousins. What my point to you is, brother, is that when you lot are seeing your people behave this way, there is no group out of you that's saying, you know what? Either be black or you're amongst those damn coons. So that there's a clear distinction. Because we're in a world now where you're either black or you're not. Because when you have, remember, the global idea now is that black is inferior. And people at monetary, psychological empowerment, all kind of things are based upon the idea that blacks are inferior. This is illogically.
I've got a question for you, my brother. Yeah? Are you black first or you Muslim first?
They're inseparable.
That don't make sense.
It does, but you don't understand Islam, so that's what I'm saying to you. That's what you think, brother.
You're born a black man
Brother,
first.
all you got is Sunni
That's
Savage
fact,
Monkey
that's fact,
Beastery.
that's fact.
That's what I'm saying. Brother, he said Muslim.
Stop.
What do you mean?
Stop sending shots, bro.
Brother, listen, no. Brother, you lot been sending shots from day one.
That was also true.
They've been sending.
Are we gonna have a reasonable conversation?
Emotional experience. I hear what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree with you either, though.
No.
Only for the fact of you said you were born a black man.
No, what I mean by a human being.
A human. Okay. Yeah.
So which one's first? A human being or a Muslim first?
Clearly.
What does that mean? If I define Muslim according to my thing, then where do you go from there?
I think different
That's
people
what
have
I'm
different
saying.
definitions of how
That's
they
what
go
I'm
about
saying.
it.
So
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
why I said he's only coming from a Sunni angle.
you are-
His
you are-
question.
but-
Going back to anti-black, innit?
Yeah.
Let's stay on anti-black.
Right.
What do you mean by
Anti-black.
anti-black?
What I'm saying is, generally what you would call black today, the Caucasian man, how many years ago, went around the world after picking it up from these people's ancestors, yeah? So-called Arab, whatever else, yeah? Middle Eastern people. The concept that we're inferior in the hierarchy of humanity. So we're close to the monkey and whatever else. We've got no brains, whatever else they wrote about us, we're primitive, etc. So they went around the world teaching this ideology.
What Arabs did? Or white
No, white people in general, the global movement now, yeah?
Fine. Fair. I'm
So
following you.
everyone that knows us, that doesn't even have us in their country, their idea of us is that we're inferior monkeys. Do you understand? Apart from maybe some Amazon tribe that they ain't bloody discovered or whatever else,
Right.
everyone else they've interacted with, even though the white man sees them as inferior, they're saying, well, the black is inferior to you. Do you understand? One of the things I've looked into is why they made sure they brought Pakistanis here, not brought them here, but made sure they were empowered by Indian resources, spices, clothes, everything else. They made sure everyone else, Chinese, everyone else could have their businesses here so that black people would have such competition. This is my view. Because the Afro-Caribbeans that came here, a lot of them were business geniuses. I remember when I was little, there was a man that used to come up with a truck. He used to have yams, Edo, Dashin, all kind of thing in a truck, bruv. They used to have markets too, but I'm saying they were business savvy brothers. But they made sure it's hard for black people to set up businesses from the Caribbean here. But they made sure it's easier for who? Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis. Do you understand? To make, because I'm saying it's a conscious, continuous thing to make sure the black man is under the foot
But going
of your
back to
monkey brethren.
anti-black.
Bruv, I'm giving you.
Still haven't
The
defined.
monkey, you saying the monkey bridge is anyone that's anti-black?
Yeah. Anyone who's, even if you're black as hell.
So what makes Somalis anti-black in your
Right, Somalis, what makes you?
What
I
makes
mean,
us
apart from the
anti-black?
demonstration and words, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like
So
what made you in the past?
What do you? Why?
What
why
have I
do you-
observed?
What have you observed? That
Okay,
makes
I've
you anti-black?
observed Somalis using the words of what's pretty and what's not. You know, lips and so on, complexion.
It's a self-hate. It's a self-hate
So
thing. if
other
you're
black people
including
don't
them
do
in-
that. Other black people don't do that.
Which this understand the difference. When I meet a Somali, I've never met a Somali that hasn't told me he doesn't know his lineage. Every single one has told me, bruv, we know our lineage. So I'm saying, when you keep saying do not other black people, I'm saying we're the victims of that mash-up brain. You're not. So how that it's different? Don't you see the difference?
It's not just Somalis. Then that could be a lot of Africans as well.
We were ruled by Europeans as well.
Continental. you know
No,
what I mean?
we were ruled by
no, because
Europeans.
yours is intrinsic to your culture. That's the
That's
difference.
bollocks, bro. That
Oh
is
my!
bullshit.
You're telling really?
Let him go.
I want him
Okay,
to
I'll
finish.
go.
I don't know,
Bantu Somalis under the dictatorship of Mohammad Siad suffered greatly. Okay, that's a fact of life. One of the ways they suffered is that they came through slavery. Yeah, there was plantations in Somalia. Because they adopted our culture, our language, and so forth. When slavery ended, we gave them the best land in the country. Siad Barre wanted to take this land off them. You have to understand, Somalia is an arid country. There's not much green in there, and they had all the green land. And he wanted to take this off them. One of the ways he did this, yeah, he came up with a fake government census in the 1970s, which falsely claimed there was only 100,000 Bantus in the country, and therefore they didn't need all of this land. Okay. Now this man, Mohammad Siad Barre, was trained by the Italians. He went to Italian private schools in Mogadishu, and when he got older, he went to an Italian military school in Rome. Yeah. All of his generals were either British trained or American trained. Okay, we were ruled in the north by Britain for 80 years, and we were ruled by the Italians for about 90 years as well. Yeah. show me evidence that we demonstrated this behaviour prior to the Europeans coming.
So it's a
Okay. No.
Man will
So-
agree with that though.
So what I'm saying to you is, are you trying to say that the anti-blackness and this differentiation has only come about
The
'cause
way
white
you
man-
described it,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, brilliant. So when you say the Ethiopians, yeah, do they have this idea?
What?
The
Why?
Ethiopia, the
Ethiopia
West
may,
Africans.
Listen, Ethiopia may not have been an official colony,
Okay.
but don't
And
get it
Sudanese.
twisted. It came under the political influence of London. Yeah, and that's a
Bro,
fact.
hold on,
innit?
hold on. No, forget the Ethiopia we know now. I'm
So-
going back to the history, yeah, of how blacks were looked upon, black people, so-called West Africans, whatever, were looked upon by the people of East Africa. Are you saying this is a modern phenomenon? That the white man brought this idea? Is that what you're saying?
In the way you are describing it, yes.
Okay,
historically,
yeah,
historically,
give the
right?
historical.
In Arabia, in Somalia, in North Africa, what you'll find is tribalism. Anybody who's outside of the tribe or outside of the clan faces discrimination. Doesn't matter if you're Roman or if you're
I agree.
Nigerian.
I agree.
Okay? Now, this concept of
Yeah.
anti-blackness, the way you've described it, I'm saying we demonstrate this. I'm not disagreeing with you. We demonstrate this behavior in
So
the
you're
UK.
saying it's just
We demonstrate this behavior in even back home, right? But this is something we
You're
adopted from
proving my point.
Europeans.
Okay.
Yeah, but before the European
what I'm getting
influence,
at.
was there any anti-black? I think you call it anti-Bantu sentiment, and then you say
This is the problem.
No,
No.
I wouldn't say
This
that.
is my point.
I haven't seen it.
Right, no, hold on. The reason why I've been using the term Sunni savage in relation to Somalis, I'm saying you are 100% correct when you say normally everyone would be looking at what tribe and nation you're from. Because it's not natural really for people to focus on these features. It's not natural for a child to make those distinctions. You would focus on what your language tells you. Yes? So you grow up and mummy and daddy say they're part of your tribe.
Umbrella, you man.
They're your family, they're your tribe, etc. Yes? Right. This is what's normal. I'm saying to you that your religion, which everyone knows, I call it Sunni savage monkey beastery, right? No, it's simple
We're
as
gonna
that.
fall out.
No, I don't give a damn. Anytime you're ready to defend your dumb religion, I'll smash it up. I'm saying it's anti-black. Remember, I'm saying it's anti-black. Let me finish. Wait, no. It's anti-black. No. Bro, you think if a KK is going to stand, if a KKK is standing here.
So I'm KKK now.
Wait, let me finish.
Wow.
Let me
How are you
finish.
just gonna insult
Let
me?
me finish. You see what I mean? I'm saying to you, I can prove that Sunniism is anti-black.
Sunnism.
Bruv, listen to what I'm saying. It's very simple.
The only anti-black hadiths I've ever read are
Hadith.
are
I
Shia.
said religion.
That's
What
the
the hell are
only
you not listening to?
anti-black hadiths I've ever read
Let
are
me ask you a
Shia.
question. Where did the Zanj come from?
Where the what?
The Zanj.
What's that?
Zanj people. The
Okay,
Zanj.
the Bantu people. Where did they come
Zanj,
from?
where did
As far as I know, Cameroon originally, but I could be wrong.
No. I'm saying when they were stolen and taken to Baghdad and other areas by the Sunnis, where were they known to have come from?
Tanzania, East Africa.
East Africa. Thank you very much. So do you agree that for them to bring their nasty little monkey self over to our landmass and start teething us that they had some kind of, yo, brethren, you're a Sunni, innit? Yeah, fam. Yeah, not bad. Can you help me capture some of these people, bro? Come on. I'm saying to you that this thing goes back over 1,000 years. Where you lot had the mentality from the same Sunni savage Kafir dog that stole my people.
So I'm a Kafir as well.
No, you, why do you keep, bro, why are you defending these monkeys? You're a black. Listen carefully. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
I mean, he's
Here's-
just been
brother,
insulting.
you're not listening.
he's
I'm
been
saying,
careful to
right,
differentiate, but
you're a black man, yes? You're a black man. I've heard you speak. You're a black man. I would say you're trapped between, because Somali think the identity is so hard-rooted. Yeah, I've really seen, like, when I see Somalis are hard-rooted, it's like, it rings, I don't want to hear it. What I'm saying to you is, because your religion is intertwined with being Somali, my point is, it wasn't always that way. No. And as a grown man, you should bloody examine it and say, what ideology did they bring to my people, and which stage, which generation is going to say, hold on, is this actually true? Because you ain't done that. I know me and you discuss. I'd refute the hell out of you. Anytime you're ready. No, I'll tell you what. Let me debate.
Let's stay on the
Whenever you're ready. No. We're not, bruv, don't try. That's right. No, I'm saying to you, because it's intertwined. The problem is with some people, it's the same way how, do you not agree then, that Christianity, the way in which they brought the inferiority complex, was through the cursed of Ham story?
Do you know what Christian means?
Wait, one sec, brother, please. One sec, brother.
I'm not familiar with
The
it.
cursed of Ham. They said that Noah had 3 sons. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. They're saying Japheth is white, Shem is like Middle Eastern, and Ham is black. And there was a whole story how Ham was cursed. He was originally white, then he became black as a curse. So when he keeps talking about religion, I'm saying it's inseparable from it in Christianity and Sunniism. And when anyone is qualified enough, I will get into that discussion. That's why I'm waiting for Isa, and I need about 4 to 5 Sunnis. What Sunnis say? Yeah, if I debate one, it's going to look ridiculous. No. This is what I'm saying.
But basically, what you're saying is that when they were going to get the Zanj people from East Africa, they were getting help from Somalia.
I'm saying East African in general.
Okay, East Africans in general.
But I'm
were
saying,
happy
brother,
1,000 years
I'm
ago.
saying the mentality was already there anyway. But let's say I can't prove that. What I bloody can prove is that at least when they brought this down religion with them, they made sure that intertwined with that religion, they understood, yo, we're Aki, brother, you know, we're together. Just like Libya today. You understand? Same blast.
You know where that comes from.
Where would you come back?
Hold on, bro. Check this here. What the white man will lie to you and say is that we are the ethnic minorities. So when they say minorities, they say that white people are the greater in population. Now they're not, because you know why? They got the most diseases.
And they're dying now.
And you know what, yeah? Let me tell you something. No. This is important. Now, what a lot of people don't realize, you see the Moors, they came to the Europeans and they curbed the diseases. You have to understand that Caucasians at the time, they were living in their own feces, urine.
Oh, Moors or Mars? Moors. Okay,
yes, and the Caucasians, they were living in their own feces, urine, vomit. They would take the babies from out of the womb, then they would pick up food, eat it, drop it. The dogs will eat it. The cats and dogs will eat the rats.
Nasty, bro.
I'm saying the dogs and cats will die. There'll be no food. They will eat the cats and dogs.
But they didn't even
I'm saying, and you know what? Yeah, through all of this, the Moors came and gave them hygiene. Yes, it's very related. It's very related. Yeah, came and gave them hygiene, medicine. I'm saying, gave them knowledge. Even brought the knowledge of basically, yes, architecture. I'm saying, like when you check like, when you check like getting images, and you look at ancient Nigeria and Ghana, you will see the roads and the houses is the same way how these roads are mapped out. I'm saying, forget the blueprint, like it's all a black print.
Can I just respond to your serious point? 1400 years ago, I believe the majority of people in the Arabian Peninsula were either my complexion or a lot darker than me.
I agree with you.
So 1,000 years ago, they were black. So how could they be anti-black?
No, brother. This is clear as day. What's this?
Please explain to me.
Unexplained, bro. This is easy work.
So you said it started 1,000 years ago with
Let me finish.
And in your words.
He said 1,000 years. He said 1,400 years ago.
1,400 years ago then. Go back to that. When did it start? When did it start to your opinion?
Please, brother, please. I want to get this schooling and refutation on camera.
If you realise that,
one sec, please. We just
no, because you don't cut me and we were talking about something. No, seriously, because you're talking about population, right? Remember talking about the mentality.
No.
In the context of
No, I know, but we're talking about the mentalities and how it will come along. Yeah,
we're talking about East Africa.
Trust me, we'll get there. Yeah, but trust me on this. Yeah. So check this. Yeah. So through everything that was given from the Moors, you have to remember the Caucasians were going on wicked. Yeah. Check this, bro. You see when the Caucasians started going on wicked, the Moors locked off the Spanish route to Africa. Yeah, they locked off the European route towards the Middle East, towards India and China, where all the knowledge of herbs and medicines was all prevalent. Now what you have to understand is what the Spanish did, they went into hiding. This was the Dark Ages, bubonic plague and everything. But you see in their dark times when their population was going down, they was getting wicked, cold. So when they come back for us, they come back with a vengeance. Do you understand me? Yeah? So, but not only that, they have to realize, but they have to come with religion and all different types of things too. So when he's saying that, the white man are coming to certain man and they're saying, Aki, we're brothers, you have to realize, Africans, we moved from Africa. Yeah, we got in the boats, we traveled to the Americas. Go look at the Olmec statues. We're there, South Americas, North Americas, we're all over Europe. those who don't know, the first Chinese dynasties were the Zhang and the Zhou. Yeah? Black dynasties. Yeah? And they spoke black. Yeah? And let me tell you something, boy. Yeah? When they taught martial arts, yeah? Kung Fu was called Rao Shen. Yeah? Of course. No, but it's important. It's very important. No, it's very important. Yeah, because I'm talking trade routes and everything now. No, listen, so we're coming back. No, don't cut me because I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back and make the point. If you cut me, I'm not going to make the point. Cool. Yeah? So we have to understand, yeah, we're everywhere. Now we have to understand what the Caucasian man done. He came down from Russia. Licked down Mongolia first. That's how, get me, that's how we started degrading our, you get me, our shade. Yeah? China was black, now it's white. The only thing that's left of these white Chinese is their brown nipples. Yeah? So it goes to show. Now, when they're coming to you, do you remember, yeah? You look at yoga, yeah? You look at meditation, martial arts, you look at any form of spirituality, praying, all around the world. It's like, do you see the new Conan when they make the fragments of the crown and you have to put it back together to get back all the power? That's what they've done with our African spirituality. They put it all over the world, but the little things that they've got, what you have to realize, yeah? Let me tell you something, like, it's very related, listen. It's very, right, East Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, whatever, right? Now, you see, this is why I stopped being a Muslim. Yeah? Now,
a Sunni savage.
Yeah?
A Sunni.
Stop it,
Listen,
bro.
yeah? No, it's not that. It's not Sunni savage. This is the truth now, yeah?
Bring it down.
Now, Ptah was a vizier for the pharaoh 2600 BC. A man gave me his book. First page, first quote was, the wisest of wisdom you can get is from the women at the watering well at the mills. This is a quote from the Prophet Mohammad.
What? In which book?
A quote that I've seen,
in a Sunni book, right?
that I've seen from the ayats of Prophet Muhammad was in the first book in ancient Egypt, 2600 BC. Yeah? Now anybody who knows history will also know that Caliph Omar raided the library of Alexandria in 800 AD. Do you understand me? So you have to realize, no, allow it, bruv. Stop it.
No, you're saying Islam. It's not
Islam. No, but I'm not being disrespectful in what I'm saying. But if you say Sunni savage, he's gonna get
I didn't say savage. I said Sunni.
Okay.
So people understand the difference between Sunniism and Islam.
Cool.
Stop it, bro.
Like,
Don't elevate yourself.
I'm not talking about
First of all, don't elevate-
No, but why are you saying this? We're not talking about that. I'm just trying to tell you something.
You said no. He said when I was. This is why I left Islam. Yes.
Yeah, I get.
Yes.
No. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
But I'm making my point. There's no need for this input, and it's negative. You don't like it. He's not offended by what I'm saying. I'm not saying it to offend.
I am.
What, you're offended by what I'm saying?
Of course, when you say Islam,
yes,
and you're not talking about Islam, you're talking about another religion.
Bruv, you
That's what I'm
literally
saying.
can't say that, bro.
No, because you know
I can't,
what?
because I prove it.
We need to know. We need to know what you believe in. But bruv,
Let me tell you
let's
something.
get back to the point.
Let me tell you something. No.
Because you were making a point about the Zambia belly.
Just to build on my right.
Get back to
No.
the Zambia belly.
I'm not talking about Sunniism. I'm not talking about Islam. Yeah, we're talking about the Quran. So when we talk about Quran, we're talking about Shiite, Sunni, all of them.
No, we're not.
Yeah?
No, we're
No, I am. Because at the end of the day, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, it's all a lie.
Nah.
Yeah? It's all a lie because it's taken from the principle of Ma'at.
How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that?
Me.
All right, come, go. Get on that side.
Once again.
No, let's finish.
We can have the Kemet debate.
No,
We can do the Kemet thing.
no.
Do the
Listen,
Kemet
I'm
thing.
not
These two men
making
debate.
I'm at the point. Did not make the point. Yeah?
Forget that.
Two things were linked. Ancient Egypt and Arabia. History is linked.
But the point that we're making,
It's the same
the
comment.
debate that these two men are having is about the Zambia belly,
But
these men are about the
Yeah?
Zambia. These men are
It's
about the
everything to
Zambia
do with
belly,
it.
bro.
Yeah, they come to Africa with these religions and they make us African men get on the floor and pray.
To this subject, you can tell us
Listen.
No, I'm not new to it. I'm not new to it.
You can do this debate. You can do that debate. You can do that separately. Just do the Kemet thing. We talk about Kemet.
No.
These men
Bro, we ain't watching
That's my dog.
Look behind you. Look behind you. That's for me, you know.
That's my OG
You know what I'm
as well,
saying?
blood. That's my OG as well, blood.
No, this.
Love for
I'm
him.
32.
Yeah.
My man gave me my eyes when I was 17. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying we're not having a conversation though, man.
Careful.
Listen. Let me explain something. I just want to explain. The problem that they're having is they're coming off a mentality where people have said that religion evolved in a certain way. These people from Kemet are confused, thinking that Kemet was the first. Please. Brothers, please, 1 second. So you have Kushite, which is already in Arabia. And I'm sick and tired of them running to Kemet in Egypt as though Kush was inferior to Kemet. Because you know why they use bloody Kemet? Because you always got red skin kind. No, you got red skin kind.
Yo,
of
fam. Hey, come back, man.
Kushite was black. Do you understand? This is why.
My man wanted to calm my spirit. I'm saying.
Captain Rambo.
I'm saying the reason why they do not like to mention and promote Kush is because there was no mixing in Kush. Do you understand?
And Kemet come from Kush.
Mixing of what?
Wait, brother. I'm saying of the people.
Okay.
Yes. When you look at Kemet, what they show us.
Yeah.
You find the older you go, the more black. But even then they were mixed.
Yes.
I'm saying Kemet got its science from older people, Kushites. And I'm saying they were in Arabia already.
I know.
So you tell me about Islam come from Ma'at. No, that's my point. That's it. We could discuss that in a minute.
Okay.
Back to Somalia. Somalians and the Sunni religion.
First of all. And we're not
So
savages,
1400
bro.
years ago.
No. Not.
Hang on. The Prophet,
One voice.
The Arabians were the savages.
One
The Quran talks about the Bedouins.
One second.
voice.
The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was described as the lightest amongst them. That sentence in and of itself,
It's rubbish though.
that sentence in and of itself suggests everybody else was dark.
It's garbage. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
His father and his 9 uncles.
Regardless of what the complexion. Listen, my point is not
You
that.
see?
Let me finish.
Somalia wants to bring in.
Wait,
You see? Somalia wants to bring in Kunism.
I hear you. One voice.
Listen,
I hear you.
Nine
One voice.
uncles.
Why you running,
Nine
fam?
uncles.
Listen carefully.
Come back, bro.
Listen carefully.
Come back, bro. Hit with the 9
No,
uncles.
forget that. Listen.
He's offended by what he's
No,
saying.
I didn't know.
One voice.
Hear what I'm saying?
One voice.
The Prophet Muhammad's father, listen carefully, the Prophet Muhammad's father and his 9 uncles, that means, let's see. So that means the Prophet Muhammad's father and his 9 brothers were described as black as night, magnificent.
From where?
Do you understand?
From where?
So stop. And the grandfather, known as black, the Prophet's first cousin Ali, is Shadid al-Udma.
What's your fault?
Sorry, brother.
Hold on, in which
Udma
book is
means, brother, please stop it.
No, let me
It's
finish.
called
I'm
Al-Jahiz.
Okay.
The book of the glory of the blacks over the whites.
Says Mohammad is black, yeah?
Okay,
I'm
that's
trying
not
to-
even the point I'm
Right.
trying to make.
Oh
Can I
my
finish my
God.
point?
No, but he teaches us something we all don't know.
It's
We're
free,
here
hold
to
on.
learn, bro.
One
This is
voice.
speaker's corner. We learn
What
from
I'm
those
saying,
who
what I'm
speak.
saying, listen what I'm saying.
Hold on, my friend.
Very simply this, is that when you check the history of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the general Arabs, they were black, and proud of their blackness. Do you understand?
that's facts.
They had various descriptions of their complexions
Facts.
related to science, i.e. melanin.
Facts.
They didn't refer to themselves as black, as it were.
You got to keep that thing covered.
They would refer to themselves as, melanin. For instance, somebody who's of an intensely black nature, they would say he's green. Have you seen how when grass, it becomes a sun?
No, because that sits over there.
Is that better, yeah?
Yeah, it's that
Okay.
space back over you more.
All right, so green when it turns black.
So how did these people invent racism?
Pardon?
How do you do it?
No,
Here, how do you do it?
no,
Hold on.
I'll answer his
Hold on,
question.
Because that's the original point you made.
No, answer his question.
Yes or no? That's the original point you
Right,
made.
stop.
look.
So if we're agreeing
No,
that
no,
they're
No,
most likely
wait,
dark,
let me answer it.
This is what I'm saying to you. In the Quran, well, you know what, I'm revealing. Okay.
Say it
In the
again.
Quran, chapter 20, verse 102, Allah says, on that day, when the trumpet is blown, we shall gather together the guilty blue-eyed.
Right, that will
Does it
be
say
the
that,
Jill.
brother?
That's revelation.
I'm not aware.
Okay, he's not aware,
Yeah, cool.
and I guarantee you, 99% of these Sunnis
can I
here
not get Quran
don't
on
know
that?
this verse.
Right,
Hold it.
Here's
Hold
the
it.
truth.
No,
Here's
no,
the truth.
stop that.
Hold on. See that? Hold on. Hold on.
No,
I hear you. Hold on.
Someone find it when he's talking.
Hold on, wait. I'm
Someone
going to
find it when
continue.
he's talking.
I'm getting a
Hold
Quran
on.
back.
I'm going to continue what he's saying.
No,
When you look in
Brother, Banda.
certain
We're gonna see.
of the translations of the Quran, it describes you that there's a lot of where we could call racism into that, and he's going to point it out.
All right. You see?
Because he's speaking of the Dajjal, yeah, the devil, yeah, and now he's got blue
One sec.
blue eyes.
Blue eyes, the devil's
Right.
blue eyes.
Yeah, the
No, one sec.
Dajjal. Right.
The day when the trumpet will be blown, the day we shall gather together, the Mujrimun, the sinners, blue. And now they want to put all
Yeah.
blind eyes. You're not
But it's
listening.
in English.
You're not listening.
And most of you here
Brother, listen carefully.
read English.
Wait. Hold that up.
Show
Hold
me
that up.
then.
Listen, hold that up.
Can I just see
Listen what. Wait, brother. Listen carefully.
It's true, you can't read Arabic
What?
though. Can you read Arabic?
I can't read the Arabic. You see that man there? What's this? Yawma yunfaku Fisuru Nashuru Muchuri Muna Yoma is in Zorka. You guilty blue-eyed devil. Get out of here.
Right.
Damn devil, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Blasted fool. That's why I'm telling you. Now trust these damn savages in her.
Hold on a minute. I just want to show you something. See this Quran here? This Quran, you could go to your local masjid and they will give you that.
Brother,
Yeah?
listen what I'm
Because
saying.
it's in English.
Brother, listen what I'm saying. Listen,
Yeah?
listen what I'm saying. Brother,
So
listen.
we can't
listen what
dispute
I'm
it.
saying.
It says that.
Listen what I'm saying. The word here is Zorka.
Right.
You know Azor means
Yeah.
blue, right?
Yeah.
That's blue.
The hue of the eye.
Azra, right. Listen to what I'm saying now, yeah? Specifically, when you go to the dictionary on this, right? It says that Ibn Abbas, the first cousin of the Prophet, said, this word is used because the enemies of the Arabs, the Greeks, had blue eyes.
And there
You
will
understand?
be in the there will
Bruv,
be
I told these
hold
monkeys
on,
don't mess
hold
with
on,
you, you
there
know.
will- hold
Listen, he's with
on.
his
I like
doctor.
that, I like that. And you can find that in the Old Testament of the Bible to tell you even Moses confirmed that. When he had his wife from Ethiopia with dark
No,
skin.
let's get back to it. Let's get
Yeah? You heard about that?
No, you let my man talk for ages.
Yeah?
Okay, going back to the topic.
He took it too far.
Going back to the topic.
No, that brother came
Ah,
in
what's the topic
and
now?
gave it
Come
his
back.
back.
Dissertation, quick.
This man, he says that anti-blackness within the Somali community is innate within us. That's what you said, innate in your culture.
Stop your noise, bro.
No, hang on, you said innate in your culture.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Meaning
Now,
today, yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
go on.
And I said
State
it came
of-
from, right. So
Came
please
from
understand.
what? It came from black
But
people.
wait.
You just described those people.
This
as
guy's
black.
crazy.
described
Right,
how-
let me explain again.
Hang on, let me tell you something.
This guy's
One
crazy,
second,
you know.
One second.
let's-
Do
What
you
do you
know?
mean let him finish? You
Do you
asked me a
know?
question.
Do you know? Do you
Man,
know?
shut up, man.
Do you know?
This is
One
why
second, bro.
This is why let him finish.
Bro,
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Hey, bro.
Let him finish.
Hey, bro. Hey,
What I'm
bro.
saying
Hey,
to you,
bro.
it's these
Hey,
type of
bro,
crews I'm
man.
talking about, you know. Come on, camera.
Stop, man. You said.
Nah, brother, I hate
Come on, camera.
Brother, listen what I'm saying.
Stop being a puppet.
You see when I want to talk, you know, you think he's backing me, you know. I'm saying, you think if one of them monkey man, not him, one of them,
listen,
not you, shut up. I'm talking about you. I'm not you. I'm not talking about him. I'm saying, you think if one of them Sunnistanis or these others come and talk, who's he backing? He's backing them against me, you know. He will back me, but him, I don't know about him, sorry.
I don't know no more, you know.
Bunda, forget that. I'm saying he's black. He's black.
No more.
No.
But look at you though. Look at you though. You're smiling at your nose, saying no.
Hold on.
He wants to lie.
it's
He
all
wants to
lovely
lie with
though,
it.
innit?
But he is clear. He is clear.
He's black and proud. Let's get back to the subject. What I'm saying, let me give you some history.
You said it's innate in it.
Brother, listen, man. It's in your culture, your psyche. Let me finish. So you have the time of the Prophet. Generally a black nation. Proper black.
We became Muslim at the time of the Prophet, by the way. Do you know that?
Let me finish, brother. Let me
Somalis.
finish. So then after the Prophet, you had generations and generations. They conquered various areas. You
They
agree?
didn't conquer us.
Bro, that's
I'm
not the
saying, I'm
subject.
talking about us, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I'm talking about us
Brother,
because
wait.
you're talking about
Why
us.
are you telling me that for?
So let's stick on the subject of the
Exactly.
Somalis, innit? Go on.
No.
Because I'm not letting you divert, bro.
I'm diverting.
He's talking about the
Stop.
history. He's talking about the history.
You
Of
said
Somalis,
to me,
innit?
you said, just to bring it back to your own brain, you said if the Arabs are black, how are they installing anti-blackness in Somalis, correct?
Going
yes or
before
no?
that,
Brother,
hang
yes
on.
or no?
No, that's not where the conversation started. How did I jump in? You
guy,
dragged
though.
me in.
Just
You
yes
dragged
or
me in.
no?
Hang on, that wasn't how the conversation started.
Brother, I didn't say it started that way. Did you say that or not?
Yes, I did. But
Right,
where did the
stop.
conversation start?
I know,
though?
bro.
Put context to it.
Oh my
You're
gosh,
being
I
unfair.
am if you stop bloody interrupting. Right, so I'm responding to what you
Bloody
said.
shit, savage.
So he savage monkey beast capital.
Right, both of you stop. Both of you please stop for 1 second.
One
Just
on
2
one on
seconds.
one.
Just silence for 2 seconds. Yeah, this is what's gonna happen. 2 seconds. Yeah, just stop this. What do you want to know? Just ask him a question.
I was getting there.
No.
Okay, my question is to you: how do you believe? Have you come to the conclusion that
Somalis are innately racist.
innately anti-black or anti-Bantu, whatever you want to say?
Can I have at
You see
least 2
that
minutes
there?
right
No one
interrupting?
cut him, no one interrupt. Just let him speak. Yeah, if you don't understand, remember when the story is told, no one ever, when Isa told stories, he might tell a story for 3 hours. You don't ask what happens. I notice when people watch movies, they get 10 minutes in, what happens next? Don't do that. That's what the movie's for. So let him finish.
Let me look. I'll be quick.
Thank you, my brother. I'm the media here. Thank you. Go on, hurry up.
Right, listen. Hear what I'm saying. Prophet Muhammad's time, yes, black.
Okay.
Keep going generations after, they conquered various nations. And when I'm saying they conquered the nations, they started mixing. They conquered Persia. They started bringing in these women. They conquered other areas which Byzantine conquered. They were mixing and mixing and mixing. Do you agree when you got to the Abbasid era, they were mixed. At least.
Is that medieval era, like 40 what?
No, this is like 200 years after.
800 BC.
Yeah,
Were they
Abbasid, bruv.
Potentially,
Right,
I don't know.
now here's the thing. One of the descendants, you heard of Rumi the poet? Rumi the poet. Rumi the poet, he said, you have cursed.
I joined gang today.
Were they Umayyads? Sorry, what did you say? The Umayyads?
Umayyads first. No, the Umayyads were black and racist.
Okay.
I.e. they were proud blacks under Muawiyah and they were against the whiter people. Yes? But they conquered them and mixed. I'm saying by the time you got to the Abbasid era, they started to look down on black people. So this is 200 years afterwards.
Okay, do you understand we're Muslim well before this?
I'm saying that during this era, the time period, Rumi, the poet, is a famous poem. He says, you have cursed or disrespected the family of the Prophet because of their blackness, while the Romans have embellished your faces. He's talking to the upper class people who have become so light-skinned like the Saudi and these other people today, looking down on the black. So he's saying the family of the Prophet, his ancestors, by the way, he's descended of the Prophet anyway, were black as jet and were still black in this time. You understand? So I'm saying in that time where he was thinking that they were still black, I'm saying that's the time where you had the Zanj. Let me tell you something about the Zanj.
Now we come to the 1,000
Did
years.
you know that the Zanj fought with a descendant of Imam Ali to conquer the Sunni people them? Did you know that? The biggest biggest slave result. The Zanj, right.
Yeah.
Go read who that was. It's the Shia people. Again, us. Against who? No offense. But you know who the other right? I'm saying, because you know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I'm saying, yeah? So my point is, when you read the history, the family of the Prophet have kept it black. Do you understand? And there is no coincidence that our unfortunate brothers, him excluded, right? Or kind of, at least 75%, right?
Yeah.
It's no coincidence that they side with these people against us all the time.
I don't think it's raining.
It's a common thing. You'll find it here that they come out with stuff that's
try and marry a
anti-black.
Shia and let's see what happens to you, bro.
Try what?
Try and marry a Shia.
What do you mean try?
Go on, bro.
Oh, the who?
Well,
No.
Apparently we
What's that got to do with colour? What's that?
marry them.
You see the immature?
Only anti
You see the
black
immature
hadith.
response? You see the immature
I
response?
understand, but the thing is,
Immature response.
What you're saying was, not saying that you or all or every Somali
even got to
across the
Somali.
country. He's saying that there are certain specific Somalis historically up until now. He's saying the
in their
majority.
culture.
He's saying that. I'm not saying
Yes,
that.
I've
He's
got no
saying
facts.
that. And
Yeah, bro.
he's used
What have I
his
got no facts?
example.
You just He already said it himself.
Who's the most?
Can I say something? Can I say something? Can I tell you?
Let's be 1 second.
I want to draw the
Let's be fair.
connection.
Let's be fair. In the context of Somalia, Bantu Somalis are not treated like the rest of the Somalis. Let's be real.
But we can take this on another level as well. Where Somalia is situated, yeah? We're talking about your seas now. You know, it's this open waterway to Asia, or to the Far East, as you like to call it nowadays, because there's no such thing as Far East or Far West or Far North or Far South. That's plug-in program bullshit, where a lot of people still here today think the world is round or flat, square or whatever. So when we're talking about Somalia now, you have to deal with the political side and the trading. When the Saudi Arabians was trading with Africa, racism got in between because your wealthier class of Somalia was married by business
agree
and
with that
deals.
because he said
You
he came
have,
from the West.
bruv, Somalia. One thing about One thing
That's
about
how they got
Idol,
into Ghana and
Somalis not
Nigeria.
all under fucking sand.
White people
yeah?
marry
Or some
us.
desert.
You
Yeah?
see the mixed race youths?
Right?
They'll twang in the mixed race suits and now they
So, what they did, they wired that up
And that's why Somalians didn't even like
Islam
West
as well.
Africans.
Because where Islam went
Somalis don't
is
like
where
no
the
one.
trade went as well.
Hold on. You know what they say?
We don't like Somalis,
Fam, fam, one at a time,
These are
bruv.
thousands. We don't like no one. We don't like Somalis.
Why are you playing Chinese
No.
people?
Hold on, bruv.
No, hey, I don't
One tacker,
I'm saying, hold on,
We despise the Arab more than we hate Africans.
Yeah, this is what my Somalian brother used to tell me. Yeah, you know what he said? The reason why we didn't like them because we saw what they did to you lot. Yeah, the way how they sold you lot out. That's why me, bro. I fuck with Somalians all the time, bro. Because they say, nah, bro.
This is what I'm
we
saying.
don't. We.
There's a lot of Somalis who are pro-black as Nick.
That's what I'm saying.
what
And they
I'm
said,
saying.
bro, we don't like the way how them West Africans sold out their own people, blood. But you see what I learned, bro? I learned that. You see, when I'm trying to talk about how everything come around and did the point I'm trying to make, yeah. When the white people come back, they didn't just come back with war all the time, you know. Yeah, they come back with the spiritualism. They had man on their knees praying up and praying for this and praying for that and showing love. You know what I'm saying? Like my man said, they was marrying hold on, yeah, there was intermarrying and very, very rare. So like I was telling you, when there's intermarrying, they was having mixed race kids. But remember, in life, they say it's always important for the father to be in the household. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right,
they
you know what? Hold on. No, you know what you just done?
Go on.
You are gonna take man off point.
No, it's not off point.
Listen,
No,
fam.
you always do it. I don't realise that I'm on point.
Brother, hold it down. Hold it down.
No, he has a lot of
No, hold it down. Hold it
Nah,
down.
you know what, bro?
Hold it.
You just stopped the point and you said that from the same
I understand your
thing.
passion. I understand your passion. I understand your passion.
Towards Somalis.
Hold on.
From Somalia. So
Hold
one
on.
second. One second.
Hold on.
One second.
Go on.
But go on, after you.
Listen, man. Let one man have their voice. Don't do that no more. I just be spiteful. Listen, you know within your own family culture, yeah, in Somalia, I've seen Somalis look more like me or African, more like me than Arab on the other side. I've seen it. You two have your beef, you have your tribal arguments because one of you is coming from more of a pure seed. And the more of the straight end seed is coming from the other seed. Yeah,
it's not politics.
It all comes into even the religion part of Islam.
This is what I mean. Honestly, I had this conversation.
If you was trading with Britain, if you was trading with,
we are sidetracking.
it's all traded up.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, we had this conversation with that. I had this conversation with that brother earlier, yeah, and we find it quite frustrating that you know, people of African descent in the Caribbean or America or Brazil want to tell us how to be African, and we find that a little bit frustrating. Well, I'm telling you, you're here, and you are preaching to me about my own history instead of asking me about it.
About what history? I'm telling you your damn history in
That's what I'm
regards to
saying.
religion.
Look at just hear the arrogance.
Right, so tell me different. Tell me different.
Listen,
how do you get Sunniism? Tell me that.
How did you get Sunni?
Well, you know your history, then tell me. How did you get Sunniism?
Bro,
You see what I mean?
we became
Hold on,
Muslim.
Sahaba, come.
We became Muslim at the
Yeah.
time of the
You have
Prophet.
two Qibla mosques.
Yes.
This guy's, listen
Because
carefully.
the missionary
See what I
came.
mean?
No,
I'm not asking.
the Sahaba came looking for refuge from Africans.
Listen
The
carefully.
companions.
Listen carefully.
Oh my days.
Do you have your Islam teaching from them? Is your Islam?
We have in Somalia. 1 second, please. We have in a place called Sayla, the 5th oldest mosque in the whole world.
But you're not listening to the question.
It's called Al Masjid Al Qiblatain.
You're not
the mosque of
listening.
2 Qiblas. We were Muslim before the Qibla changed.
Listen to the question. I'm not arguing whether people came in the time of the Prophet and rested there. I'm saying the current understanding of Islam that you have now, does it come from those people? I know it don't, and you know it don't. So when did you get your version of Islam? That's the question. Okay, tell me. Come on then, tell me. Come on then.
Listen.
Come on then, Mr. Why are you coming in front of the camera, big mouth? Come on. You got a big mouth for come in front of the camera. I'm a doctor, you damn right I'm a doctor. I come to bloody do all kind of exercise, you're garbage.
You said, yeah, Islam came to tell Mohammad, where they were hiding from the Africans. What do you mean?
No, not hiding. They came to seek refuge from seek refuge from the persecution they had in Mecca. They came to Africa
in the time of the
seek
Prophet.
refuge.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe my words got a bit mixed up. They were shouting over
In
each
the
other.
time when they were persecuting the
But
Prophet.
they came to an Ethiopian king for refuge, and they came through Somalia or
Right.
Somaliland.
What I'm saying to you is, that history has nothing to do with your current understanding of Islam. For instance, you cannot tell me. Stop interrupting. I'm saying right now. Why not? You could not say these two companions, whoever it was, taught the version of Islam you have now. That's the point.
Two companions that came.
Two companions built a masjid, didn't it?
Hold on, how many?
Two companions.
How many?
Came, so
He said two.
I didn't say two.
What did you say? What
I
did you
didn't
say?
say two.
What
I
did
said
you
they
say?
came to Sayla.
No, you said
I said
two.
the Sahaba
Yeah.
came to Sayla.
Which?
The ones that escaped from Mecca on the way to
Yes.
Ethiopia,
Yes.
they came through Sayla. Some of them
Right.
settled in
Right.
Sayla.
Okay. How many would you say? 100, 50?
I don't know,
Okay,
bruv.
20, whatever.
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. But
We
it
know there
wasn't
weren't that
two.
many.
It was
No,
enough
I'm
to build a masjid.
Wait, bruv, it doesn't mean they're only going to build it by themselves.
changed to Mecca. It was in Al Quds.
Al Masjid al
talking
Qibla, the
about
mosque
my
of two
bloody
Qiblas,
head.
yes.
What I'm saying to you is
Before
simply
the
this.
Arabs, it was
What's
in
wrong
East
with it?
Africa.
This bloody
We were
guy.
Muslim before the Jordanians,
Brother, you're
before
not
the
listening.
Palestinians, before the
Okay,
Egyptians.
so they came.
Come on,
Listen to
bro.
what you're saying.
You're
You
telling
keep
us-
saying
I'm
we
telling-
were Muslim.
Yes,
then
because
saying-
you're telling me I adopted it from somebody
Interrupting.
else.
Stop interrupting. You keep telling me we were Muslim. Yes? Then you keep saying how could two people build it? If two people came and then you convert to Islam, it wouldn't just be two people building it, would
Even
it?
if it one person,
Would
it
it?
doesn't matter.
Would it? Exactly. So stop being ridiculous. What I'm saying to you is simply this. If there was 50 people, what's wrong with this monkey? Stop bloody shouting at the back of my
Stop
head.
calling people
Brother,
monkey, bro.
do you know about him?
He's the monkey.
Do you know about me and him?
Stop
Right
it,
then,
man.
no, I'll
Stop
call
it,
him
man.
any name
Stop
I want.
it, man.
Bro,
He's
don't tell me what to say to him. He's
Allow
my
it.
enemy.
Allow it.
He's my enemy.
He's
Don't
my
tell me
brother,
that.
fam.
I don't care who he is. He's my enemy. Simple as that. He's my
Allow
enemy.
it.
I don't care. Don't tell me what to say to people after what he said to me. Don't tell me what to say. You understand? Last week, anyway, as I was saying to you, whoever came, can you prove, I know you can't, that your understanding of Islam came from those groups who came in the time of the Prophet?
What I can say.
No,
what I
you can't.
What I can say.
I know you can't.
So you don't want to hear my answer. innit?
It's a yes or
What,
no.
what, what I can say,
Go
what I
ahead, go
can
ahead.
say is the way Islam has been understood in the context of Somalia historically,
Yeah.
it's slightly different to the way it's been understood in the context of Arabia.
Did you hear my question?
Up until the last 20 or 30 years, the way we practice Islam in the context of Somalia was very different.
Did you hear my question?
You said, how did our current understanding of Islam come about in it?
Simple question. You're making out, we became Muslim before all of these other countries. Fine. I'm not talking about when you converted 1400 years ago. I'm saying right now, you're Sunnis. Yes? I'm saying to you, when did you convert to this religion? As your understanding now. Do you understand? Are you Shafis? Are you
We're
Malikis?
Shafis.
Thank you. You see that just done it there. The people that came, were they Shafis? The Sahaba that came, were they Shafis? No, because he didn't exist. Thank you very much. Do you see how he's smashing himself up?
Why don't you bring him here?
I want him. Yeah, bring him round.
Yeah,
Come round the
come
camera. Come round.
Because you
see?
talk about
You
his
see what I mean?
camera.
That's what they. Exactly. That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. Talk behind your bloody back.
How is Islam?
Don't go, Sheikh.
There you go. Shafi, how many years?
How
How many years after?
Islam is understood
You don't want to talk.
by the Prophet saying
What's he talking? That's
his
not the
generation
question. That's
is
not the
the
question.
Then after that and then after
He didn't
that,
even
and
understand
that's how
English.
we fast on to all
Anyway,
that.
as I
How
was,
Islam is understood.
you misunderstood. That's not the question. It's a
You
simple.
asked us a question.
That's not the question.
I don't agree with your point. That's why.
He won't even come over.
That's his fault.
But that wasn't the question.
The way the Prophet said it, he explained it to
Not
his
Islam. I
generation.
said your version. You're
We don't have
Shafi.
another version.
You have Shafi.
We have the
yes?
version of the
Of
Prophet.
Shafi.
Shafi is not a version of Islam, bro.
Listen
What are
carefully.
you on, bro?
Okay, is there four schools? I'm gonna
There's four
smash-
schools
I'm
of
gonna
thought,
smash
yes.
these living crap.
That's not
Stop,
Aqidah.
stop.
That's not Aqidah,
You're not
bro.
listening.
That's not
Oh,
belief.
listen, I can't debate.
Yeah,
that.
run.
No, I can't.
Run. By the way, it's very simple.
Khaled,
There's a difference between fiqh and aqidah.
Come here, come stand there. Stand there, let's see. Stand there, let's see.
Give us a
Stand your bro. You see what I mean? This is my point with these bloody.
Four schools.
Right. These people would like to tell you that these four schools of thought, these four Sunni schools of thought, which is a Hanbali, Shafi.
Well, how many Shia
You see how the man want to
No.
You see how the man interrupt?
Let him finish.
You see?
Let him finish.
This is why I call him Sunni savage blood clot
Let him
monkey
finish.
piece.
Okay, I have a question.
Let him
What's the
finish,
difference
man.
between Aqidah and-
Let him finish.
What's the difference?
Bruv, just say what you're
He
saying.
doesn't know. Let him finish. Explain.
1 second now, 1 second.
Four major Sunni schools of thought. Okay? Hanbali,
Okay.
Shafi,
Okay.
Maliki,
Okay.
Hanafi.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
If you check the history of these 4 schools of thought.
Okay.
There was a point in history
Yes.
where one school of thought, these people, said you couldn't marry from another school of thought.
Okay.
They say their differences are in fiqh.
The
Shafi'i, Maliki or Hanbali. Shut up, you skin, man.
Yeah, but he said the point, he made the claim that. I need to interject at this.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? This is why I call him.
I want to hear his
savages.
point.
So I'm saying,
No, let him, please. He's been interrupted bare times.
as I was saying, there are so many differences between these 4 schools of thought, where one imam would say that something's halal. Sorry, you know about the thing because you said it yourself.
Don't shout
about the voice.
You're good now. You're good. Just
Okay,
take
yeah,
your
all
point
right,
now.
all
You're good. Everyone's run off on that.
Okay, good. So where one of the 4 imams would say something's halal, lawful, another one would say it's haram, unlawful. How can that be the same Islam? Where one says it's allowed and one says it's haram, unlawful. That's not the same religion. So therefore, when they're trying to pretend their differences are in fiqh, i.e. jurisprudence, that may be the case. They may have the same foundational beliefs, but in practice, their religion is different. But one of the things which our brother decided to run off on was simply this. He definitely did not get his version of Islam from the companions of the Prophet like he was trying to make out. That's 100% a lie. When he said Shafi'i came, how many years? Maybe within 100 years or more after the Prophet. And he was an imam, a school of thought. So as they've made very clear, their Islam does not come direct from Sahaba. Thank you very much. Where's he got?
You're telling Somalis
Oh,
how
go
they
over
got
there.
Islam.
Go over there. Why are you
No,
scared?
come on.
Go over there, man. Go over there. Go over there.
Okay.
That's what we got here for.
So you're telling me as a Somali how we got Islam?
You're telling me. Because you said you're Shafi'i.
No, I'm asking
Did
you.
you say you're Shafi'i?
Answer my question. I'm a Somali.
Yes.
Are you telling me how we got Islam?
I'm telling you that with the information you have given me, which I knew already, yes, but I wanted you lot to say it.
Okay.
You've clearly shown that you do not get your Islam from the Sahaba that came there at the time.
How?
Because you say you're Shafi'i, and Shafi'i didn't exist at the time when the companions came there, as you admitted already.
Is that our aqidah or jurisprudence? Is that our fiqh or our aqidah?
Brother.
What's the difference
Did you not hear
between
what I
fiqh
just
and
said?
aqidah?
Brother, did you
I
not hear
asked
what
you
I
a
just
question. What's the difference
you're not
between
listening.
fiqh and aqidah?
Your understanding of Islam is what I said. I know what jurisprudence is, the social laws, etc., what you do. And, bro, we already know that.
Does
When
that
you
give
say
our
Aqidah, stop. Aqidah in Sunnism is basically the same, right? So stop playing games.
Okay.
Did you get your jurisprudence or your Aqidah from the Sahaba, yes or no?
Yes.
Show
we
me.
got our
Show us.
aqidah from the Sahaba.
Show us.
Show us.
Give me any book, anything that proves you got your Aqidah from Sahaba. Come on. Anything. I don't want silence. Come on now. I don't want to smile.
Isn't the argument that when
I can't read it on your teeth.
on the first hijrah,
Your teeth are nice and white, but it still don't tell me.
Bukhari.
Bakari, come on now. What's this?
Bukhari, Muslim.
Says what? You got it from the Sahaba? Are you crazy? Bakari came 200 years after the Prophet. That's even worse.
With the chain of
You've been
narration.
chewing cat, bro. You're crazy as hell. What are you talking about? Brother, he's lying.
I understand.
Bakari came about
I've heard this
200.
argument from Somalis
Listen what I'm
before.
saying. Listen what I'm saying.
And in those times you got Chinese listeners.
Wait. If you have the Prophet here, Bakari's 200 years later. I'm saying he's claiming that the companions went to Somalia in the time of the Prophet. That they converted in that time. I'm
I've heard this
saying,
argument before.
how did you get your Islam from
So
them?
how
Where's the
come we have a
proof?
mosque with 2 qiblas?
I've heard this argument
I'm not saying you ain't got a mosque.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm talking about your understanding of Islam.
yeah.
If you're
Understanding.
referring, you see how crazy it is? We've got 2 mosques. What does that prove?
No, 1 mosque with 2 qiblas.
Okay, 1 mosque with 2 or 3 or 4. I'm saying to you, your understanding of Islam does not go back to those people.
Here's
It's
the
as simple
argument though,
as
because
that.
I've heard Somalis put this forward. And Somalis
Man's
say,
lying for
on
his
the
teeth.
first hijrah,
I remember that. Any Sunni Savage
Isa.
monkey beast that tells you any kind of garbage like
Isa.
that, they're lying through their teeth.
Listen, let me put this
Okay.
forward. Because one second, because I've heard Somalis say
You made
before.
some
On
claims
the
about
first
Bukhari.
hijrah,
Bukhari
on the
met-
first hijrah,
What? Bukhari met-
one second, brother. One second,
Bukhari met
brother,
people
one
who
second.
narrated from
Yeah, we
people
know
who
how
narrated
Bukhari came.
from
Yeah, we know how
the
Bukhari
Sahaba.
came. Yeah, we know how Bukhari came.
They're
But
used
one
to
second, on
talking over each other.
the first hijrah, yeah, this is what the Somalis say. On the first hijrah, when the Somalis went, when the Sahaba went to Ethiopia,
East Africa.
to Ethiopia. That on the way to Ethiopia, they went through Somalia, and that's when the Somalis converted to Islam. And that's the argument that I hear when they say they put forward their Islam from, they got their Islam from the Sahaba.
we were all East
That's the
African.
only thing that I've got the argument
You're not
from.
getting, this is
I
my
understand
point.
that. I understand. Yeah.
Noticed how when I'm asking for the proof of the connection between the, bro.
He's saying Bukhari.
Bukhari came 200 years after the Prophet.
I know.
What, do you
Yeah, for sure.
Do you see why I call him Sunni Savage Monkey Beast? What kind of crazy man is going to stand in front of you? Listen carefully. Listen what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
If the companions came in the time of the Prophet, Somalians converted to Islam, why do you need to wait 200 years for Bukhari to give you a religion which you had 200 years before? Only a Sunni would say that on camera. A blasted fool. Bro, they're stupid. They're dumb.
I understand where you're coming from.
Flipping hell, bro.
Make any
What the
points?
Oh, my flipping head, bro.
I think East is wrapped up
My
the
man's
thing.
going forward, we're walking backwards and expect... Bro, only dumb black people would believe in this dumb religion. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Afro-Caribbean damaged people that become Sunnis.
Okay, cool.
Seriously.
Cool.
What's he doing? Please, don't touch the camera.
Isa.
Okay, sorry. I'm saying, look how he tried to slide that Bukhari thing in.
Yeah, for sure.
Just, I want you to do... I don't
think he necessarily had the knowledge.
No, bro, he knows quite a bit. Cool. What I'm saying to you is, it's the thing that they always try to do, the hoodwink.
Yeah.
That's why they don't like to debate me.
Sunnis are good people.
No, it's sick.
Okay.
It's sick. It's wicked and it's evil, bro.
I've been looking outside Islam myself.
Listen to what I'm saying. We're talking about their religion now.
Yeah.
Islam, my religion.
Yes? Same, yeah. Islam,
Imagine man's trying to lie to you to say my Islam goes all the way back to the time of the Prophet.
Ibrahim.
But then he's talking about Shafi, which is how many years after?
Years.
Then Bukhari, which is 200 years.
Yeah.
If imagine, bruv, it don't even make no sense.
I'm not.
You get me? This done anyway. What can he say?
Wrap it up.
Anyway, wrap him up. Wrap him up. You know how wrap him. Garbage. Simple as that. That's what I said. Not ever in your life trust any Sunni Savage Monkey Piece, devil, any one of them. Look how he's lying on camera. You can't trust him. Can't trust him. Simple as that.
I mean, Captain Rambo, Captain Scarlet, Pan-Africanism. That's why we have to talk a bit more of this at the Deacon's Corner, because the religion stuff, they talk too much religion stuff. I'm Captain Scarlet. I'm Captain Scarlet. I want to talk more about the Black Power. Now, Isa is the boss. Isa bodies people. But we talk too much of this religion stuff, and I'm not happy for everyone to have whatever religion they want. But Pan-Africanism is the key. That's what we need. Check me out, Scattered Minds. Check out my podcast, Scattered Minds Show. I got remember the YouTube. Check me out on Twitter, Captain Scarlet. Johanna Scarlet, whatever. Bless all of that stuff. Yeah, all that good stuff. Wrap it up anyway. Gang. It's all that good stuff. Pan-Africanism, blackness to the world. Keep it black.
Come take over everything from your
God, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Likes and then you married her at the age of 9. Listen, these are things I want to put to rest. This is some bullshit. Yeah, this is why I want my cloud quantified as well, because I'm a direct blood descendant of Prophet Mohammed, a direct blood descendant. Yeah, and that's why what he had, I have. There is mention of him and a carbon cloud that he had. I have that same carbon cloud. This is ancestral DNA, basically. This is ancestral DNA, and what's around me can't be corrupted.